Once again, you've got LAG early eyes over towards A, but still trying to feel out this Atlanta defense. They do see a BZ over towards U-Haul. Not going to press the issue as Estriel is the one
Okay, Blood. Okay, let's win around for LAG, but see, they're so good at playing trades, man.
Possibly underway here.
You find one of them, they find one of you. It's just instantly a 3v3. Fame finds the gap, needs this two-piece.
Okay, Fame, get wild, Fame.
Play, Fame.
Yes, he can. Big double for Fame. Another bomb can start to make its
All right.
move over towards A,
LAG.
before the plant comes
4-3
out, the kill
Fame.
comes through, and LAG quickly find their way back into the map.
They're playing well. I mean, like you said, they're just not going to champs.
That has been the bomb site that has caused them problems, even if the objective isn't
Is any challengers team with Scump, Octane, and Nade for Black Ops 6?
that first blood through that side, and then Fame,
I might gotta play, bro. That game looks great.
He gets the early info because of what Estriel decides to do with that bomb. Push through the spawn of Atlanta FaZe. Gives the info for his team, and then he's able to close out the round. So Fame has had a couple pop-off moments so far in this S&D.
Looking really nice.
That's the only thing that sucks.
Have to find a way to go back-to-back rounds, though, in some form if you're LAG, and you'd love to do it sooner rather than later. And this time, it's a little bit of a curveball as all four members for the LAG defense immediately hit over towards mid, and now they're trekking back. Nades over towards the U-Haul here for Atlanta. A couple of pieces of utility still held onto, though, for the Gorillas, and Abizi cannot commit for the plant.
Oh.
Stun starts to come through. Estriel takes back control of
that was a nice
She
little
draws
Kurt.
it tucked in a corner. Does at least get one in return, so we stay 3v3, but the bomb is down, and you got a long route from Simp on the way.
Oh, yeah, Simp is going to be the playmaker in this round for Atlanta FaZe. Is Estriel going to potentially catch him on the timing? Sort of getting a read that there's one player working on this deep pinch, but Simp gets the better of him in that one-on-one. Now, for the rest of the players on the Gorillas, you have to watch your front, you have to watch mid, and you also have to watch your back.
Well, Diamond Con from the backside
2v1.
of the Sky Bridge.
But the Flames pull it off.
Flames back and forth in rounds, which puts them now on map 2 point.
It's just not easy. Like, these rounds are not easy on 6-star for Atlanta. That was an instant response there. Once that first look comes through from the Gorillas, and I loved their play. They knew that the pressure was going to be at it. They wrapped back 2 players over towards Skybridge and then instantly invest that smoke through mid connector to find that first blood onto a BZ.
Well,
just the plays right there from Simp.
Like
the super deep route to win the one-on-one.
I'm just waiting for you.
Clutches up in the one-on-one to put them now at game point.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
couple
no, you
empty
can.
first blood rounds for LAG, but remember both those rounds were off of very quick transactions. Yeah. And so now you've got Atlanta. Oh, this stun
Maybe
very
KOB
well
had
landed.
you muted on
Simp
his
had
end.
pushed in, and Fame
Yeah,
completely isolated. Could really do nothing. So now LAG down to a 3v4. But an open A site, we've seen this once before. Where hey, maybe we get a chance to get this thing planted. And
it's like
actually,
everything's moving on my side.
A couple of push throughs plus a flank. Cell may get a little bit caught off here. Shots are in. Semtex to create the space, but Flames from his left will be able to isolate and take this to a 3v3.
Yeah, and Cell should have been able to at least give all the info to his team. And every single player is in our spawn. So now we just have to cover both sites, and you have 2 players over towards A. Abizi being the sole man over towards B. Could potentially catch the timing, but I love this play. Just
Did you already
play to come to you.
Did you already pre-get it?
No.
Oh.
Well, the rotation from FaZe over towards the A site will have them a bit isolated.
I know Aiden was looking at the
that one cross is all he needs to see. Also, Flames jump through the window. Yeah. Diamond Con though does get 1. And now an isolated 1v1 on the opposite side. Abizi wins that, so 2v2 we go. The problem here for FaZe with 2 rival minds in hand is how do you stop the potential player watching this post play from top security? Thing is, there's no one there. Diamond Con had re-wrapped over through middle, so he gets the first. Simp backing off, breaks the glass.
Wait, what does he mean?
And he's going to take a secondary wrap through bar
Oh,
here.
I don't know.
And Diamond Con doesn't anticipate this.
Cole eventually said it was a Boston Breach fan, but he said you were muted way before that.
Of course, plenty of time to get the defuse, and with that, the map for Atlanta.
He's here, he's there,
I think
he's freaking where Chris Lair.
Flames needs to be picked up by a different team and have better players around them. I mean, Diamond Con is really good. Like, Estriel has his moments. I feel like the weakest link is probably Fame. But I feel like Flames can do so much better on a different team. Unless they just need to change something, like, I don't know.
I haven't seen enough of his gameplay to be able to tell you. So.
Yeah, looking pretty clean too. I mean, I think the biggest thing about it is we pointed to the biggest vulnerabilities for Atlanta. Their first blood percentage, not great. And then also on top of that, the retake percentage, not great. Both of those, I would say, at least early instances towards possibly being remedied. Plus also the little comeback effort, if you want to call it that, or at least staving off the throw. And the sub-base.
No, I haven't installed.
2-0, high rights control, like you mentioned, it's not a bad map at all for LAG, but you are dealing with who ranks
blowing my
in the
nose.
top of the league in control overall. So it's going to be an interesting battleground. Have to have it if you're LAG for Atlanta.
If I ever uninstall it, I usually install it the same day. Yeah, I haven't played in a long time.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff.
Just because, like, last week, Kay was here. We were going to stream, but it's kind of hard to stream when she's here and we only have a week. Huh? Yeah. Because
she chose
like,
other things to do.
Yeah.
Because like
by the pool a lot.
yeah, she did. But it's hard to stream when she's here just because it's like we already don't see each other and it's like I'd rather spend time doing something else than stream. We literally had a day that I was like, yeah, maybe we can stream tonight, and then Kay was like, okay, you want to stream? And I was like, not anymore. Not really. Not really. But yeah, I like that Prestige is coming back. Even though I never really Prestige before, but I will now because I want that Master Prestige.
Are you dual streaming right now?
Dual streaming? No.
Okay.
Why?
You said something, and then I was reading another chat, and I was like, wait a minute, where does that go in? I'm confused. And then I read back on your chat, I'm like, oh, never mind.
You ready for the Optic game? Why? And grinding ranked. What rank are you? Bum 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 bum. Yeah, my biggest thing now, with this shit I got going on, isn't even like my throat hurts anymore. Now it's just, like coughing. And I'm only getting a headache now because I'm coughing so much that it's putting a lot of stress on my noggin. Gold one. Ah. I think he's talking about multiplayer. Yeah. I'd be down to play. I don't even remember what rank I am. Because we would play it, well, because at any time that we played it, we would win, and then the game would lag so much that even when we won, it wouldn't count. So we just stopped
we were having
playing.
issues last time we played.
Because the servers are just shut, like, it's just fucking shit.
I wonder if they fixed it now.
Yeah, hopefully. It may, like, knowing that, like, Black Ops 6 is literally gonna be here this year really makes me not even, like, continue to not play. You know what I mean? Like, I have no motivation to play the COD that's out now. But I think when BO6 is out for all of us, because I'm gonna get the Well, I don't know if it's still called like the Vault Edition.
It's Black Cell.
But yeah,
That's what they called it.
I think with this one I'm going to get the most expensive one, and then the day that it comes out, I'm going to play it for like 24 hours. That's gonna be the goal. Hopefully I can do it. It just depends on when I'm actually moving.
Okay, so do you have COD through Steam or Blizzard?
Battle.net.
Or Battle.net, that's what I meant. It's available for pre-purchase right now.
Oh, okay.
Right now.
Yeah, I'll be getting that. Well, yeah, because it's a new season, so it set me back. It set me back and back and back because I just haven't been. We played ranked like 2 times, and I was plat something. And then it did the it sets you back every time. And then I should have already been in Diamond. No, I should have been Diamond. So I should be plat right now. Oh, those are good shots, just not enough, I guess. Dang. That's all 4 down. Can you guys hear the stream okay? Or do I need to turn it up a little bit? Because again, for me it's louder than probably what you guys can hear. Good read from Estriel is...
Doesn't get too much damage done in terms of the lives, but the clock is important, and more so, the rest of FaZe can push up behind that. So only 2 kills to speak of so far. The first 45 seconds.
I don't even remember the last time I played Warzone.
If you turn anything up on your stream, it would be not the game, like what you're watching volume, but your just overall output volume through the stream. So your voice, the game, the video you're watching, everything. If you can.
So I would have to turn everything up.
Yeah. Because I had it on max, and it was like, kind of... It wasn't the loudest.
The lowest total kill count is on any particular attacking round of control, because
okay. Well, I turned it up, but
a little bit better here for LAG, but the clock is an issue. 12.6 on the clock. A chance to stop it with at least 1 member on at B, but Celium up and over.
But yeah, because of the servers, we just stopped playing ranked. To be fair, we mostly played online, like regular anyways. We didn't really spend a whole lot of time unranked on anything, ranked anything.
It's not the start that you wanted. It's not the momentum you wanted as well to try to potentially put the reverse sweep on the cards. But Atlanta FaZe is
hey, you like me now? I don't know, but I do know that that Black Ops 6, man, that shit got me hyped.
That was the 2-piece right there that basically solidified this round, because now you know where the pressure's coming in over towards the B Street side. You have 2 players that are accounted for.
I wish we got a little more
just getting it done exactly the way they've been doing it.
just a little more from zombies, but
now trophy systems are earned. That'll be placed over towards this
they just had that really big thingy. I don't even know. Reminds me of the Walker in not Warzone, in The Walking Dead, from the well. That was like, it just soaked up all that water. That's like almost exactly what it looked like. I mean, Flames is 1-8, because you know I just had to say something about him last game. Now he's doing the worst on the team. Because that always happens with whoever I talk about.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Oh
yeah, and then the new movement.
They don't have a single segment completed either.
Oh, the like diving and sliding sideways.
Yeah.
Control. At the same time, you have players
I didn't see it. I just heard
over
Aiden
towards
talk
A.
about it.
So the game clock is going to be paused at 23
Yeah, it'll
seconds.
be very interesting how it all plays out. And then with the HUD, you can move where you have like the mini map and where you have like the ammo. Like you can literally put that in the middle of your fucking screen. It's insane.
Picks up. Selim's still stuck in the corner. Gets Fame from up top on the helipad, but still, this is in pieces for Atlanta. LAG, one good set of kills. Could really see this round come to an end, but Diamondcon not in a spot to contest B. First tick gonna get locked in. He also gets crossed up, and with that, now the double stack is on looking for more ticks.
Oh, and that's 3 dead in the feed already. So if you are Atlanta FaZe, let's get this double stack going here. But at the same time, let's
whoever gets invited to that, dude,
18-11
is so lucky.
Perfect time to call in that cruise missile to
like the closed beta and shit.
He's able to find a double, so who needs a cruise when he shoots like that? There goes the third kill. Segment set at B, time extended, 16-8 in lives.
Yeah, and this is just now going to go to the TDM that largely finishes in the first breakoff. Cell still only died once, by the way. 13-1. Estrio coming off spawn has been seen. Flames as well. Damage from Cell. Gets him kill number 6. Oh my. 14 playing 5. Now just down to no more respawns. 44 seconds on the clock, and Atlanta can just sit here and essentially shoot fish in a barrel.
This is just sad.
Yeah, this guy's a 14-0 KD. Like 14 KD is insane. Already another cruise missile in the back pocket, make it 15-1 on another 7th streak.
FaZe just putting the nail in the coffin.
Can stop the game clock at a pause, but there's only 2 lives remaining. This is GG.
Well, Flames trying to come back through to contest the one player on the zone. Like you mentioned, the clock was their biggest ally. Diamondcon trying to get it done by himself, but no, not going to happen. Atlanta will get 5 times of progress, plus, of course, the offensive round win. Oh boy, absolute massacre here on high-rise control, mostly from that guy you just saw. Selim just going out of control.
Yeah, that's what makes them so impossible to try to play on this map, because every single time you're thinking, all right, we got 3 dead in the feed, time is going to continue to dwindle down, but then that one set of kills that Atlanta FaZe find off of the respawn is just enough to put you in a trap. I think
everybody was pretty surprised when
scattered, so you're forcing
the Ravens took FaZe to map 5.
Single time, and Atlanta FaZe are just isoing these gunfights, winning a couple clutch ones with Simp finding a double at A. Just very, very easy for Atlanta FaZe when they're playing like this all around the map.
Here's that same route from Abizi. This time, there are a couple of Gorillas that are going to be contesting this B lane, but Abizi with dead silence on. Just going to wait to see where the next bit of contact's going to come from. And there it is. Flames will drop, and now Abizi can get to work once again, right in your spawn windows. But Estriel goes from 1 to the second very nicely, and with
Estriel needed that kill because
the B zone. So decent moment here for LAG. Gonna call out the crews if you're selling.
The BZ would have
not just take off the point,
but in that spawn.
To get Atlanta's defense back into control.
Probably won't find a kill, but at least allows his teammates to now work up the map.
I'm just a little confused because they said that Predator missiles are supposed to have, like, they were buffed. But I would have assumed that the guy in the elevator would have died there.
Indeed the case.
But I guess it's not
in the defensive squad before dropping.
Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
So things working out nicely here.
All right, Estriel's kind of waking the freak up.
15 and 14 stuns coming through. Trophy system has been denied. Draws a low.
Oh shit!
It's all the FaZe utility that keeps Estriel uncomfortable, and his cruise missile does get shut down. But still, Gorilla's on the point. Life lead, looking like an extra 6. He's going to come through for him.
Yeah, Estriel is the main reason that they got that cap.
You have to find a couple
kills really well right there,
because all the map control is in favor of the Gorillas. Game clock now at a pause. Estriel was not able to earn himself that cruise missile, but this is exactly how you wanted to come on and respond if you want the Gorillas to potentially take this attack.
That man just keeps taking nades. Holy cow!
Very coveted trophy system is once again he was completely bombarded by stuns, Semtex's frag grenades.
It'll be nice to see how, like, the CDL, or like COD in general, competitive COD, plays on Black Ops 6. Because now that's all I can think about.
It's actually not prepared for it. So now you've got 4 dead. Sip from across the windows able to catch 1, but you've got 2 members.
Oh, they got a 3-stack.
For LAG. Fresh trophies.
Wow, they might do it.
All over the place. Fame Diamondcon, last 2 left. Stuns and nades starting to land. Fame down low,
too soon.
and that will be enough to clear the zone and possibly get some depletion here, especially as Flames drops.
Yeah, now this is a scary situation because you give up all the map control to Atlanta FaZe. It was a nice little life lead in favor of the Gorillas, but Atlanta with 2 4 deads cleanly put themselves back in the advantage.
Yeah, I'll be moving to Florida.
Just gotta basically turn this into
I'll have
CDL,
fiber because the last time I looked, it was available.
Just like that.
Where I'm gonna be moving.
LAG missing an opportunity to counteract at least one of the
Let's just see if my PC can handle it, because I may have to get new parts for that. But Josh is gonna help me with that.
And make good use of it. Tags into fame. Gorilla's gonna just shrug that off, get themselves set up.
Because if I'm playing Black Ops 6, I need to have a pristine working PC.
Right immediately on your flank.
Oh yeah, and you have to make this one out because it's gonna be no more respawns. Once Sim finds 1, he's able to find 2.
I'll be right back.
91 player coming off the respawn. Sim should put himself in a position to play for that spawn kill. You gotta expect it. It's just Chris Lair. He's everywhere, just not in that gunfight versus Diamond, able to win it. But this is a GG.
Yeah. Tough scenes for LAG. Tough scenes for Flames in particular. 9 and 21 map. Not great news, but really, what do you say? I mean, you only had 9 total kills
that was
LAG
fast
on your first round. Then all of a sudden, you nearly keep FaZe completely off the zones on their first offensive attempt, but one perfect stretch of kills turns into the extra 60 seconds, and then of course the life lead becomes immeasurable. And then of course round 3, we kind of
Heretics in Toronto, I think.
Fractions away from being able to live out that entire A capture, but the trophy system changes. Continue to play.
This should be more of a battle, even though
on those zones when you're
pretty sure Thieves 3-0'd them.
Off this series, Atlanta FaZe only dominated on this map number 3. LAG gave themselves a lot of opportunities in that opening sub base. Even with the flip spawns that Atlanta FaZe blessed them with, they could still not capitalize on that moment. 3-point game. And then when you get to the search and destroy, there was a bunch of rounds where they had the numbers, a bunch of rounds where they turned it into 1v1s. If you allow Sim to at least trade, go 1-1, not 2-0 on those 1v1s, you still will be alive and potentially have taken that search and destroy. It's just a bunch of clutch plays every single time for Atlanta FaZe so far throughout this stage. Did it in map number 1, did it in map number 2, and then map number 3 was a cakewalk. As they close out this series in 3, they continue to be undefeated throughout this stage.
Yeah, I think that's generally the news is obviously positive for Atlanta. You throw in a couple of maps that you're obviously not all that great at or you don't get a lot of reps on. You win them all. Granted, some things in sub-base still getting a little hairy, but for LAG, now you're through the thick of your schedule. You got Boston, Vegas, and Seattle to finish off your stage 4 qualifiers, and that's where we need to start seeing some points from these guys if they want to make champs. That's it for us in match number 1 as we head back to the desk for their breakdown.
Thank you, gentlemen, for a much shorter broadcast this time. That's Shift and Study with the Hot 3-0 as Atlanta gets the job done. I think everyone that's watching should probably move up their dinner reservations.
Just a little bit, just a hair, but this is kind of to be expected. You know, last time these two teams matched up, this was to be expected, but LAG pulled out an insane upset. But Atlanta FaZe, I mean, I thought maybe they would drop a map or 2 in this series simply because they're trying new things out. Like, they played High Rise versus LAG. This is their favorite control map. Atlanta FaZe has
I would say that FaZe's weakest spot is search. So if the Gorillas was gonna get a map off of them, I think it would have been that.
I think Celium's hilarious. I mean, just the way he plays the game, he's just so annoying. And then obviously that map 1, it's very, very close. And Celium has an uncharacteristic game. He's like 17 and 21.
Usually on the other modes, they're very dominant, and Search isn't as dominant. So that's why I'm saying that that's their weakest. In my point of view.
What is a cakewalk of a high-rise control. I would also like to highlight, like, their test map shot this, as Ali mentioned. We talk about 6-star. We've seen the now back-to-back wins on that map, so maybe adding that to their map pool. And one thing I was looking out for was like post-plant situations that they did a lot better of a job in. BZ staying alive. He didn't get a ton of kills, but just sort of like reeling it back a little bit and letting Sip be that guy roaming, making the huge plays, right? So something that they needed to clean up, and they clearly did it today. Nice 3-0 for it.
I feel bad for Diamond once again. You can see the effect the defeats are starting to have on the young man. They are falling apart near the end. They know they're running out of time. Currently in 11th with just 4 more matches to go.
Yeah, LAG, it's again the
now that I think about it, I think Flames
bubble teams, and for LAG, it's worst case scenario.
I guess sometimes doesn't play as well against like the harder teams, so like the top 4. So I think that
Lead pipe. He's gonna fill your dead body.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think if they were to change anything on the roster, I think it'd probably be Fame.
He has to use it because he's playing for
He has times where he's good, but
they just couldn't find him. Kept getting
I feel
kills,
like he's
getting away
not
with his life, and they put them in
as consistent.
Every single time LAG even strung
But
together
it just
a couple
depends
kills,
because
just
you have to balance that, and then a player like Flames that doesn't do well against harder teams.
We call him the corpse tickler? Is that where you were calling him backstage?
You know?
Anyway, Celium got the job done, tickling the bodies after they're already dead. It's just getting ugly. If you're a fan of any other team but Atlanta, this is clearly the best squad. Question for me is, can the other big dogs keep pace? We're going to see Toronto. We're going to see Optic. Can you fairly evaluate them based on what you just saw from LAG?
I think this qualifier has kind of been the struggle for all of the top 4 teams. I think they've all had matches and moments where they've been showing some weakness, and I think Atlanta FaZe isn't shy of that either, but they still are looking like the strongest of our big 4.
Well, I mean, you talk about like Toronto and Optic, they have some losses, right? Yeah. And you talk about Atlanta, they're just working on their map set, keep expanding. And this one, straight up 3-0, so they got to be feeling good.
We're now joined by the voice of Abizi. It's our Monster Winner Spotlight. And Abe, I got to ask you about this series. Are you guys on a time crunch? Are you just looking to celebrate your Sunday afternoon? What was up?
I mean, we played that match like pretty well. I mean, obviously there was a few things in the sub base that we could have done better, but you know, we'll go back and look at that. And I mean, yeah, it was a good W out of us.
Yeah, I actually want to ask you about that sub base. The very last play that you made that kind of won you guys the game. You went through the backside of P2 and kind of had to practice some trigger discipline, waiting for your teammates to push through the front. Can you tell me what it's like kind of being almost a vet at this point in those high pressure situations, what it feels like to make a decision like that and kind of put it on the line?
Oh yeah, that's like something that comes with time, you know. Yeah, you gotta know your like situationals, and I feel like a lot of players that are new like don't really know when to like not shoot somebody whenever they see them when they're like behind them. And I feel like I mean, yeah, it paid off, and we ended up closing out that map.
Yeah.
To expand on Allie's question about sub-base hardpoints, giving you guys so much troubles in the past, but you're excellent almost everywhere else. What is it about that map in particular that gives you guys so much trouble?
I mean, I think we're gross at the map. I just think that sometimes in matches like things go wrong that shouldn't go wrong. So I mean, we're gonna keep working on it, and I mean, hopefully by the time Major 4 and Champs comes around, like we'll be well polished on it.
Is there any concern though that like maybe some of the other maps not getting as much love, you might not have as many reps on them as you think you should have, just because sub base typically you guys auto veto anyway?
We really didn't do much besides like. We went to the beach and the pool.
I mean, I think we're still gonna be good on all the other maps. I mean,
pretty
we're
much
gonna
every
keep
day.
putting in that 100% effort no matter what. And yeah, I'm not really too
fine,
worried about that.
But
Abe, you guys are
I just felt pretty limited because of Grayson, which is fine.
Celium was a comic book villain. What nickname would
but you know, he's only 6, so we pretty much had to work around him.
I don't even know. Something to do with him shooting bodies, but like I don't know what you would.
So we literally went to the beach.
It'd be something about him shooting bodies.
You have to be corpse tickler.
Like twice the whole week because he would rather be at the pool than the beach.
Before we get fired, Alley Cat, when we come back, though, we got 2 more games, don't we?
We do have 2 more games to get through, Chris, and hopefully no more of these horrid nicknames that you're coming up with.
Chat, help me out here. When we come back, you're going to see Toronto taking out Miami.
Come up with anything better.
Celium does look like a South Park character, so I mean, something along the lines of that. Maybe there's something.
Toronto, Miami, don't go anywhere.
Are we driving a golf cart? What do you mean? What, for the 4th?
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty.
And setting off fireworks? Well, I don't think that we can set up fireworks this year. Because the pier is done now. So I think on the little calendar it said that on the 4th they'll be setting off the fireworks. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And more illegal activities? Like what? Oh, drinking? I can't wait. You'll be in Florida next month? Oh, nice. For what? Just a vacation? I'll be house sitting for Cassie. Pretty much all of like September. So I'll be in Florida there. Ow, I'm cramping. I just started my period today. It hurts. Visit family? Ooh.
I think it was the clutch, something like that. And
Very
we were
nice.
just, you know, playing the round out, and I hear, oh, cat, you know, he's pushing at him, thinking, oh, he's dead, okay, so let's play it nice. And then I just hear a roar behind me, an absolute roar. And then he's like, watch it. And then the kill cam wasn't running, so I was doing the roll the tape. I want to see this. And luckily, it came up, and yeah, he's blown him away and left a bit of a little doo-doo in his pants, I think.
I'll be drinking my favorite drink that someone gave me. Yeah, I don't know who that was.
Actually went for the challenges and gave us an opportunity, which is just something I hate.
Sounds like you totally didn't know who that was.
What the hell was that?
I would never.
That's the best gun in the game. That is the best gun in the game.
We were hyping this up, right? It's the fourth matchup. You know, we've seen you guys constantly in grand finals. You guys came out and made that look easy.
I was texting with my dad today.
Like I said, we've been saying online the whole time.
I was like, realistically, when do you think that we'll be able to move, like down there? Because the house is pretty much almost done. The casita where I will be living is pretty much done. And so he said either late summer or August, which is late summer. But September.
Solid work. We have secured the field.
Oh, probably late summer, maybe September. So I was like, dang, because I'm pretty sure.
Question of is that what he's going to do? But he's just gonna spot
I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be like possibly.
He's just gonna finesse his life. The pistol. Does he buy enough time? Can he get there? I don't think he got it. I don't think he got it. Close. I don't think
I've been distracted.
He might have it. I don't know. Oh! Buys enough time. Oh my God!
What are they talking about? But yeah, so. Oh yeah, we thought that we would be moving at like the end of the year, but I guess I'll be moving down there sooner, which is nice, because then I'll get fiber again. I'm in a place that I've never been, so it'll be nice to meet new people. And then
this is ugly, bro. What are they doing on the map?
Are we getting intros now? I haven't seen the new intro. That could have been way cooler, but it was still different, so I like it. Like this intro, it's good, but now it's old. And like I said when we were at the majors, I wish they all had new intros for that event. So I hope they get a new, at least for that. Am I taking my honey bear with me? She can come whenever she likes, but
yeah, she can. What?
She but she'll be in Colorado because she has to do things on her end. Eventually, we'll be living together. But.
Across these 5 maps today, Alley Cat.
You have to lean on the side Toronto Ultra simply because their map pool is deeper, but the biggest one out of this 5 is going to be the high rise simply because for Toronto Ultra, they're trying to add it to their map pool. Invasion recently has not been good for them. It is 1-3 in their last 4, so they need to start adding something else. Because like you can see in the map videos, Miami Heretics
She's so hot.
just get rid of Karachi and
Hello.
get that they want.
Name was on the big picture here. Toronto started.
I said you're so hot.
Against Surge. Surge reverse swept.
Oh, babe, I love you.
This Miami Heretics team do the same thing over Toronto. Can they cause a second upset to a Power 4 squad?
Wait till you guys hear what we done.
Reverse sweep. They're going to take one of the first 2 maps. When we talk about the Karachi hardpoint, Toronto, unbelievable. They're 14-2 on the season.
Isn't it cool? Possibly me when I'm 18, I think.
They've been unreal there, and the hardpoint can contend with the best of them. They have a real fighting chance this year.
Players are ready, so are we. Let's make it official.
Maybe.
Though, Alley Cat, you have the honors of catching up to Nameless here. You get to go first.
I don't know if it's going to happen here. I'm going to go with Toronto Ultra.
Same. W.
Miami Heretics, let's make it 3 for 3. We'll find out. Can they pull it off once again? We got Chance on the mic. How you guys doing today?
I think Puckett just likes to pick whoever
doing fantastic. Puckett.
Nobody picks.
Hey, Nameless. Hey, Allie. Hey,
I didn't know it was Miles.
I hate your guys' nicknames.
I like the fits, guys. You guys look good.
Thank you. That's very kind. I don't trust him with the nicknames.
It's way too nice, the desk.
Sometimes.
They're way too nice. Well, I'll tell you something. They always look fantastic. So them saying you look nice, we must be doing something right. But speaking of something right, this game could go the distance. Now, a lot of people are saying this could be one-sided. Toronto Ultra have been very strong in recent times. But the Heretics, they have a habit. They have a little bit of a reputation for making things
it would be in
teams. Now, whether or not they win is a very different story. But I've got faith that we might see an incredible showcase today.
For sure. I think the path for Heretics to win, by the way, I think map
that
1
salt just hit the straight back in my throat.
The Karachi hard point for map 4, Toronto are completely
wasn't prepared for that one.
Map. So I don't know if Heretics necessarily have the best odds there, but 6 stars their first pick, and then their S&D, like,
yeah, it's a couple more months until Kay can get her stuff sorted, and once all that's done, we'll have to revisit the whole living situation.
Obviously, both teams going to just be heading into this P1.
Or if it can even be an option.
Miami Heretics, but not really getting an awful lot here. Just lucky trying to stem the tide. Ultra will take control and get the first.
Yeah, I need this shit to be over with, brother.
Cheeky play by Envoy. Nice little reposition into the drop shot. Lines 2 players up and knocks both
I feel like Envoy should have gotten one there to help, but they still haven't pushed out yet. And when they did, one of them died.
Next though, last man standing around the zone, him and Envoy together, cleaning house, and I mean Envoy right now killing everybody in sight. As far as opening breaks at P1 goes, this is completely dominant there from Toronto, going into the rotation with a 40-point lead. That is sizable.
It really is. This is where the difference will be made, though. This rotation. Ultra, if they wander into it and break it very, very quickly, it's going to be bad for the Heretics. But they're holding
that one day I played COD to unlock it, I never touched it since then.
Continuing to just push the tempo, 6 and 3 at the moment.
Bowhunter said, "Okay, hurry up and get it done," and needs you with her, which is very true.
Old insight. Well,
yes, I agree.
Players and Lucky makes the aggressive play, captures scrap.
She knows.
Well, and now poor Envoy, last man standing, might be
just the whole process.
Trade instantaneous. Heretics looking pretty sweet here on P2, and now the backspawn's actually rolling through, so this is still a good time to get on top of the rotation you're thinking about.
Hold on.
Insight might get traded out, so the rotation should go towards the Heretics, but
Envoy's here today.
Honestly, be happy for it, just
8 and 4. Scrap having a little bit of a slow start, 2 and 4.
As well, so they're going to maintain their 40-point lead.
Lucky's actually going to take that away from them, so has just stopped it a few seconds. For the Heretics, all smiles so far.
Dang, I know.
To try and mount a bit of an attack, but already just with that trade
we've been playing Valorant.
Further away, inside trying to find Vico, and Envoy will find that trade for it. Vico's still playing people towards the back. Envoy with another one. Now the pressure will come.
So I've just been recording.
They will spawn out. They'll lose the hill.
But I still have to go through
coming in from inside as well.
all that footage.
He's never gonna
make content.
He lets Envoy go get in the mix, and Envoy, fantastic awareness to play for the guy cutting him off before he goes for Vikal in the back. So not an easy hill to break, but Toronto make it look that way. And now Envoy, he can just continues his path of destruction. 13 and 6 for the moment, and I know Envoy, a player that is occasionally.
You're not wrong, KOB.
Not here, not in the final stage.
Yeah, maybe.
Coming up before champs, Envoy right now.
We'll see how my
That's a scary prospect for them
voice and throat and head feel after this.
Looking for more of those.
I want to cook chicken tonight, so I might finish watching this. Well, I think there's only 3 games today, and this is already the second one, so. But.
Gonna do what they can, but we talked about slow starts for Envoy on one side where he's popping off. Vikal, a slow start for him at 2 and 10.
Finish this.
He's been bit by that
end
bug
stream.
the past few hard points in Toronto Ultra.
Make dinner.
Full advantage
feed the dogs.
Just not even close
see if they have to go out.
In the kill feed.
Come back and maybe play.
Aimed by a decent margin. Envoy and Kleenex.
I do need to play with the car. I mean, that literally was a big reason why I had gotten a lot of followers so fast.
Scrap is here, wants to make it his.
So.
We're going to find out. I remember seeing the Heretics make this reversal just a little while ago.
Just like that, Scrap is already 9 and 8.
In this next set of rotations, like I said, they've done it before. They will take some monumental lifting, and it's a little bit of a different caliber of team they're facing.
3-1 Ultra.
Difference maker there, right? Like coming back against Toronto Ultra, not an easy thing to do. Ultra typically the team that is capable of making a great comebacks and icing up when it matters most.
2 months away from NFL preseason. Oh shoot!
Sweet spot over on P1 the first go around, and it might be a sweet spot again. 19 and 9 on a 3 spree, and nearly snaps on Lucky as well.
That looked like lag, but it could have been spectator lag. Oh my God, Vikal is 3 and 12. Oh, now 4 and 12. Now 5 and 13.
I'm expecting honestly the kill feed to turn purple, but overwhelming insight for the moment. But his best shot to stay alive and send in Envoy for the kills. Ultra continuing to fight.
Envoy's really just setting some pace. 21 and 11. Just a huge amount of interactions as he continues to push the tempo with his team. Kleenex now trying to do the exact same thing. Almost a carbon copy of last time. Ultra have P1. Heretics are first at P2. But will it be the same story? Envoy trying to make it not so. Already been stunned, trying to get out of there with his life. Will eventually fall. Medals gets 2. Real will get another one. And this push is stalled.
And finally, you get the extra break. Metals finally picks up a 2-piece for the squad, and that's what it takes to actually get a clean 4 down. So first time virtually the entire game. Miami Heretics in complete control. Getting the cutoff kills towards the middle of the map as well. So Vikal getting active, and now Lucky maybe in his brand new home of the pool. Underwater gunfight comes out on top, and Ultra not able to sniff this hill. Lucky on a 4 spree. I was gonna say
Lucky did really good there
to get the crews to turn the game around, but similar situation. The spawns have flipped on P2 again, but I'd say this time if Heretics can sort of hold this down and rotate, might be their path to get back in the game.
Unfortunately, they're losing a couple of kills across it here. I didn't know who was going to come out on top, but it looks like Heretics for the next. It will be Ultra for the scrap, and the problem being is that Ultra might just be okay with that scrap. They can put a lot of pressure here onto the Heretics, not let them get too much of that lead back. They'll be sitting very, very
I don't know if 7 knows about that spawn.
Ultra now mounting the pressure. Bodies trying to pull through. Already lost 1 on this trade. Here it goes. Lucky though, wise to it, just cuts them down, and Ultra will have to try again.
That's beautiful though. That is a big 3 down, and right now for Heretics the situation is get a near full 60. You're back in the game. If you get broken on this, well, you might just break on 6-star, but the hold so far so good. Real doing a little dance, dodging some nades, winning the gunfight, and ready to snap on more players coming down the steps. But Ultra again applying that pressure. They are just
Insight was on a crazy heady, but it just didn't work in his favor.
Starting to try to make this comeback and doing everything they can. Let's find out though how they are feeling in the comms for the Miami Heretics.
Listen in. Muerto, which is dead. Good trade. Good shots from Scrap. Oof. Dang.
Son dos ahí, te pusieron cerca al izquierdo, Vamos a abrir medio, ¿no? Hay que abrir dobles, Voy por doble, Te voy a estar por medio, Voy por doble yo con Luki. Por abajo, bro. Voy con vosotros yo también, Esto es una doble si pega piña. Abajo ya para Wii. Ahí no me en el siguiente, bro. Inside está blanco y Vale, hemos flipeado. Voy a jugar para el anterior yo.
Only some words I can tell.
Son dos ahí. Son tres, bro. Están todos por DJ, bro.
Why are they yelling over comms? What do you mean?
Aguanta con el lobby, bro.
Like yelling in their comms? Passion.
Muerto. DJ Leo 3. Aguanta vivo. No, está sola. Nuestro con el suyo. Aguanta, me mata, fuck. Están con. He pegado piña bajo el plat.
Did he just say what the fuck? Envoy 30 and 21. God dang. I love when he does well.
Well, the Heretics have tried. They mounted the comeback, but it's a P1 downfall again. They have not got close. His game is getting out of hand completely, and maybe just a weakness in their gameplay, Chance.
Or maybe just a strength in Toronto. This has been the best P1 holds we've seen on this map, consistently so as well. And I know for Heretics, the most success they've had has been on P2, where they've at least traded out a decent bit of time, but CleanX, the thorn in their side, has just slipped the net, got the clearance towards the hill, and his teammate Snow all eyes towards the back of the point.
I'm not gonna lie, I still am just thinking about Black Ops 6.
Yeah, first time they haven't got control at all, and they're just trying to find the clearance on a 4 streak.
It's just in my... Wow, he played his life so well right there. Oh, that would have been crazy if he got that last kill.
Tried desperately to hold on, but it is almost too little, too late, even with 30 seconds here.
You got accused of hacking last night. What'd you do? Shit on someone?
They've been spawn flipping a few times as well, so that's sort of the nature of it when you push a little bit too far. But dealing with the pressure for the moment, and maybe Vehicle can make the plays. Well, there you see the first spawn out. So Toronto Ultra, but this is where you put the spawns. And maybe a 2v2 over towards time, but Metals wins a big one. Toronto Ultra
that heady is insane.
And they actually have won the rotation towards New. So you have Heretics
That's what I
situation.
said.
It is going to be 244 to 181, but they have the rotation to that.
You're not getting your hopes up. Did you watch the thing today?
Somehow rotate. Then we'll finally have ourselves a game. But CleanX, obviously, cruise missile in the back pocket. Heretics have so much they have to deal with.
Here we go. Incoming cruise missile. The Heretics will have to move. Ultra will strike as
We're getting RC cars back.
Into the ears. There's the first kill. The Ultra will try and take
explosive
the
knives.
CleanX have combined now. Inside gets a second, and they are pouring
new
into
maps.
4 seconds left to go. That is a clean break, and that is the game.
Yeah, that is.
But did you watch it today?
There's the occasional team that'll mess up the cruise missiles in those moments, but Ultra, not that type of squad. I mean, you saw it on the mini-map. We're watching Insight swim up, get in positioning, wait for the jump, everybody get grouped up together. So many times when you hear in the comms, hey guys, I have a cruise,
even tweeted today, I was like, I fear
that one guy in the kill
my hopes for Black Ops 6 is through the roof.
But not in that moment for Toronto. Again, they have it down to a T. Really just unfortunate for Heretics to clean
right, and I agree, but it is literally completely different from the rest of the CODs that we've gotten. So it's finally a new COD, and it's Treyarch.
Not a team you can afford to do that against.
No, it certainly is. And we were
it's
talking about
Treyarch.
Earlier, right? Miami Heretics, they
That's the
have made
difference.
comebacks on that map before, but different caliber of team, unfortunately. And I don't know what it is why they start off so slow. I'm going to say probably Envoy and the P1 hold really hit them hard, and then you are right, they did split the P2. Just weren't able to really just grab that huge chunk of time that would have given them a little bit of pressure off.
And another thing in the stats as well, I mean, pressure is going to be one thing, but also like the teamwork and assists, like Toronto are putting on pressure with the teamwork. Even
that's why I'm very excited.
Almost always coordinated. One of the few players you can sort of catch on an island. Scrap. I mean, you know, one of the most
16 new maps on release. On release day, you can go through all of the prestiges.
Not a team that is shy of teamwork.
Yeah, new kill streaks, new movement. Again, you can change the HUD
always incredible teamwork, and this is CleanX just moving around the map.
It's literally completely different.
Yeah, he's starting to feel way more comfortable in the second half of that, and you are right, P2, a lot of his influence just making sure they couldn't do anything, and the Heretics were hunting.
Yeah, it's like, it's already gonna feel different, because it's like, oh yeah, round-based zombies coming back. It's like,
shout out for Envoy for being the front man on that tide as well.
You can hack on console.
But first P1, Toronto Ultra 38-0. Goose-egged him the first time around. Second P2 from 127 to 161.
I'm trying to remember everything.
35 points. Heretics only get 6.
There was so much information.
A single point, and Toronto able to get 40. So on P1's quick mass, they outscored him maybe 90 points to 15. And obviously for a 50-point game, getting stuffed on P1, the absolute difference maker there on 6-star.
Well, that's something that we'll have to go back to it. Is it Toronto too strong on P1, or have Heretics got to rework that in the VOD? We'll find out.
New,
but that is a story for another
game
time.
releases.
Search and Destroy is up next. Chance, how are we feeling about this Search and Destroy game
through,
between these two teams?
Super interesting map for a few different reasons. Like if you want to start with the side of the Heretics, the conversation is like how good their Search and Destroy has been. They've won 8 of their last 10.
It was cool because they have like
rate for like opening duels, like your first blood category,
where you get shot on your body. The animation will like coincide with that, so it's like if you get shot in like your left leg, like and you die from that, like your character when it dies, it's like it'll fall because of that.
And of course, now if we turn the conversation to Ultra,
it's something small, but it's like, I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. There's like, I think it showed like 9 different areas or something on the body.
Heretics in great form.
So it's like if an explosion goes on this side, then your body, like,
in stage 1.
you know.
They're looking for perfection.
Holy shit, the Vault Edition is $99. Yeah, that's how it always is. I will be getting that.
Statistics you can already see in the Monster Energy pre-game. Their best mode is
I will be getting that.
Second in win rate.
And here's the thing, if you guys still aren't sure, then you can always come to my stream and watch, because you know that I'm very blunt and very honest with my thoughts.
Yes, we know.
So if I'm gonna get the Vault Edition, I got the Vault Edition for this stupid ass game, and I said I'm never doing that shit again. And guess what? I'm gonna do it again for Black Ops 6, but
I don't know whether leaving the bomb there was something that's just ruined my entire points.
Nah, it's all good. I mean, you miss it just barely. Might have
but at least, if you see me playing it, and you're like, eh, that's actually not something that I thought it was, well, then you'll know. But I'll always give my honest opinion. That's the thing that I think that I get so bothered by, is people that like, if something is not good, I'm going to fucking say that it's not fucking good.
Might be a slightly different map form.
I don't care if that stops me from getting sponsorships or some shit. Because it's like, why would you want me to lie to my audience and my community
and it might even just change the way they play
to make it seem, yeah, you know what? I hate people like that.
They weren't ready for it. They're going to have to be ready for it in the future. And Vikal just went hunting.
Yeah, and I don't even know if he had like the old lightweight boots on for that as well, but it felt like he
maybe it was on sale when you got it, because Vault Edition was not $70.
To get there, so
it was 100.
Stranger to absolutely running it down, and maybe Vehicle off the rib. A lot of nades coming out down B Street, Ultra. A lot of players
and it's
there,
always
but
been
everybody able to dodge them and get back
the
in
game
position.
Was 70, and then you could pay 30 more bucks, and then you would get the Vault Edition.
Envoy. Beautiful first blood.
Because I remember that always popping up for me.
Confident today. I don't know who warmed him up, but he's on fine form.
So.
And that just means that the Miami Heretics are now worried about this.
Nice.
Envoy gets another one. Confidence.
Can Envoy ace this round?
They've seen him though. Medals knows where he is. I don't know if that matters. Real will get one more kill, but
nope.
he's in serious trouble. Medals
goes down.
Envoy, but will fall, and now Medals alone. A 1 versus 2, a 1 versus 1.
Exactly, KOB. And it's funny because it's like I'm not a Black Ops fan.
Go for the bomb. Problem is, CleanX got active, already looped the map in for the moment. Medals
I am not a Black Ops fan.
To it.
There's something about the mechanics that I could never get down. Like that's why I always liked Modern Warfare 2, like 2009. This is what I'm talking about.
Doesn't have a lot of options. He has to go get that bomb or find a player.
That's why I always preferred Modern Warfare over Black Ops, because the game for me and the mechanics felt different. So anytime Black Ops came out, I mainly played as zombies.
I mean, he's already had a pretty spectacular stage.
What is that, 2-0?
A bit of a drop off towards the middle section of the year, but at the end of last stage, especially on LAN and now, this man has found his form in a big win.
I don't know, like Cold War, I was pretty good. Like that was like
great timing against Kleenex and a 2v4 clutch.
I wasn't ever good when I was on console, but obviously now that I have a brain and it's developed, I feel like I can adapt pretty well to any game.
Try to be aggressive again, hasn't worked out.
So it's not like that anymore. I'm just talking about like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3.
Certainly just having a little bit of luck here, but Kleenex will get one back. Cleaning out that
actually, not Black Ops 3, because I didn't play Black Ops 3. I played Black Ops 4.
The game has shifted back into the hands of the Ultra.
And that's just not a route that you were expecting Strap to be able to take.
Because I started playing again. I used to always play, then I went into college and I stopped playing. And then Black Ops 4 came out, and that's when I got back into gaming again.
Not the right pair of glasses on. Interesting moment now for the 2v2, but Kleenex should win the gunfight and guarantee the round.
That could have been disastrous, but still it's just a funny anecdote. Lucky looking towards the bomb. Has not seen anybody. I think he's now been spotted yet. Gonna find him. Kleenex will clear it up, and Ultra will get their round on the board.
It starts with 1, boys. Let's go.
Maybe the glasses of Kleenex needs to recommend him to scrap, because again, just very awkward timing. That player climbing the ladder. A fame moment, if you will.
Moving swiftly on. Let's see how they adjust for this. It's been very aggressive from both sides around B and top 3. I wonder how these teams are going to start countering it. Probably with more aggression, if I have my guess.
Well, I'm curious.
Why was it your favorite?
Heretics are going to respond because they love the B hits and vehicle again.
What's in the Vault Edition? I haven't looked.
Down, but if Envoy jumps on you,
usually it's probably something with like the Battle Pass and early access to the beta.
How good is the timing? It is beautiful. Renetti for the job, and Metal's gun.
Considering it's a new game, that's what I'm talking about. But
to go 3-1 in the round.
Eagle should be able to find out. The timing will be crucial. One more win the first one.
Come on, Envoy. Dang.
Lucky will take him down. 1 versus 3 now for Kleenex. Will he be in the right position? A rival 9 up top.
Yeah, my favorite thing to play was zombies.
Yeah, they're playing with so much respect too. You see Heretics, they want to get the information before they make a move. That's why that's bomb down, 1v3, Kleenex. Massive opportunity, and keep in mind, he is on a 4 spree as well. If he clutches this, utter devastation for the Heretics.
He's moving. You see Metals, he's going to see Metals as well. Metals has taken bullets. Metals has to run. Kleenex still moving fast. That bomb has gone down. He's looking for him. It's a long-range shot. He's got him as well. Metals is behind him. I don't think he knows. Oh my goodness! Not to be. And
those were good headshots. I'm surprised he didn't ruin that.
Almost poetry in motion. But no top 5 plays for you.
I really thought he was gonna do it.
That is nerve-wracking. Good lord. Yeah, and again, that is exactly why Heretics were playing with so much respect for Kleenex, because he can do things like that. An extra burst away, or maybe just more ammo in the clip.
Yeah.
And Kleenex might be able to get that done.
That's true.
That is a big moment for Miami. You clutch the 4 versus 2. You don't
let
it slip through the cracks. And you
MW2, MW3, and Ghost.
Well. So a 3-1 lead. Things right now singing sweet on Karachi.
Both Modern Warfare 2. Well, okay, so Modern Warfare 2 I liked the most just because the first COD I got into, when the game was basically ending, when it was like at the end of its life, and it was like riddled with cheaters, because remember back then, the only time that a game had cheaters was when a new game was coming out, and then they stopped caring about that game.
And it is very much a spread across the
and I had like some. It's like you went into like a private match. Basically, like the cheats that I had was that my classes were like rainbow in color, and then my and then my crosshair was like tinier. But that was like the cheats I had.
No way to shoot in 2 different directions.
Literally, one would just change the color of my classes. I didn't even have like aimbot or any shit like that.
Gunfights and just good positioning as well. Not just the
I liked
red that could trade out
Modern Warfare 3 because I had good like
spot to be able to check that bomb
memories on that game with like friends and stuff.
First kill that came through
Ghost,
from Envoy. Unfortunate
I
that the
liked
door is too
because
thick and maybe Envoy not the right gun he wanted in that
because
moment. MCW there able to take
I had the sniper, the Lynx. And I was fucking people up with that. That was when I used to literally play games in my room, standing up and listening to Michael Jackson. And I was still top ranking.
They've lost a little bit of momentum, but he's going to be a
that was literally like the epitome of how I would play.
Each other across the map. 3 versus 3. Going to be a big fight here. Scrap almost walked into death.
Oh, and look at this. Viko's actually get the bomb over towards B.
And
so
cheating confirmed. You caught me.
Because they didn't have any space, and they're gonna get the kill
God
as
damn,
well.
the rainbow.
But there's Viko striking towards the B zone, so Ultra.
The rainbow classes.
Panic. What site's he gonna be at?
Got me every time.
We've cleared out one. Insight's got B, and well, now Scrap got the intel.
Yeah.
A's gonna be the play. Metal spots him in the sky, but these are gonna be interesting gunfights.
I'm actually surprised that
Scrap, well, he sees everything now.
Toronto's kind of shitting the bed a little bit.
Back here, Viko playing cautious. I think they know now.
I don't really remember if Heretics was a good
Does not know where
SE.
Meadows has gone.
Oh, he definitely saw.
I don't think he did. Doesn't matter. Gonna go for the kill.
Oh, that was awful.
Viko with the movement burns him out.
That was awful.
And, oh my goodness. Heretics get
but
the
standing,
round.
I know.
Yeah,
well, you gotta think I was in middle school, and I played on. I was console, PlayStation 3, and my TV was on my dresser. So I would literally stand. I didn't have a chair that was tall enough for me to just sit and play, so I'd stand for hours and play.
Every single player, they're centering and camera positioning right now on point just to capture players out of the corner of their eye, but 5 spree from Viko, 4 from Metals,
I tried doing that now.
Slamming Toronto on
Can't
one of the
do
best
that.
maps.
It was awful.
Let's see if it ends with Heretics having a great time.
Yes, it will.
Metals and Viko already and now in.
Dang, the whole side of Ultra just couldn't get anything done except for Kleenex. Yeah, Scrap got 1, so he's 4 and 6. Envoy 3 and 7. Insight 2 and 6.
Yeah, and he doesn't have bomb as well,
And
so if
then
it wasn't difficult
Kleenex
enough
was
to start with. Near impossible now,
7?
but a little bit of time to play with him.
7
now
something?
1 versus 2.
I think.
And that's an insane angle. I think one of his teammates called that out for him, but Insight's going to take the timing. He made this cross without being spotted, so I don't know, maybe a 20% chance at clutching this now.
That bomb being down is just a nightmare for him.
He could definitely do this.
Anybody all the way around.
If he gets this guy.
He's going to check the left. No,
Nope.
he's not down. He falls inside. Not able to make it, and the Heretics will have a dominant S&D.
I think they're bringing back Nuketown, Firing Range, and I think there was like one more. Who's in the tourney? Haven't watched this at all. What major is this? We're going on major 4. Yeah. Major 4. Right now it's Heretics in Toronto. This is qualifiers.
Sort of plays off the intel, gets the first 2 picks. Heretics clutch a 2v4.
Online calls again.
After that complete domination, it's not like they needed every single first blood to make it happen. They just simply outclassed Toronto. And from Ultra, I gotta say that's a bad look. 6-1 loss. You get 2v4.
But I thought I remember seeing one more. I just don't remember. Let me see if I like the tweet.
I think Toronto Ultra might need to go back to the drawing board.
Dun, dun, dun.
As well.
I did say this is never.
Yeah, this is what I'm going for. Master Prestige with the three-headed dog. Can't really see it. Sorry.
At least a map for between the two. How it continues though.
Well, they're the Miami Heretics. So
how you feel?
I feel very scared.
Kind of makes sense.
I know High Rise is sort of the map that Ultra have played the least for the controlled game mode, but I have a lot of faith in their slaying ability. Envoy still has a hot gun, and then Scrap on this map might be devastating. So they got to win one of the next two respawns for Miami. I don't know which one it's going to be.
All right. Well, we are going to find out. Coming up after the break, we'll have map free control. Miami Heretics versus Toronto Ultra.
I didn't like the tweet that had it.
After this.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Scuff Gaming is doing an ultimate giveaway where you and a friend can win a chance to go to COD Champs this year. The giveaway includes 2 VIP tickets,
Gunsmith, 5 attachments, 8 with wild card.
Or go to scuff.co/CDL and enter your email. Terms and conditions apply. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the
I hope
CDL.
we'll be able to make the mini-map square again. If Fire Range comes back, it's a GG, but please tell me this. After Season 3, I just became dog shit at the game. Like, what the fuck did I do? No, honestly, it just might be the skill-based matchmaking is kind of crazy now. Everybody on Twitter complains about it.
Call of Duty doesn't know what skill-based matchmaking actually is.
Yeah, and what's funny is like they literally were like saying that that skill-based matchmaking isn't a thing. But then that's why so many people went to X Defiant, because they were like, this is what skill-based matchmaking, or a lack of skill-based matchmaking is like. But that game is so like new that there's no, like, it's basically like bare bones. Like,
right. You can't really compare a game that's been out for multiple years that has shit SBMM to a game that just came out. There's no way you can fucking compare them.
Yeah. But one has skill-based, one doesn't, so that's why they were like, whoa. And so it's funny because it's like, we all knew that they had skill-based, but they're saying that they don't. And they also said that the hit reg wasn't a thing, when if you watch me, hit reg definitely is a thing. Or like, the lack of hit reg. Sorry, I said that kind of backwards. Like, because my hit reg is shit sometimes. What?
You said that bass backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, did you guys see that Mr. Beast? Well, okay, wait, hold on. Do you guys have a Zaxby's near you? Y'all know what Zaxby's is? No?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Well, Mr. Beast has this thing, it's called Mr. Beast Box or something like that.
Yep.
And I might go try it.
The best chicken in the world is in the Beast Box. Shut the fuck up. No, it's not.
You don't like Zaxby's?
I didn't say I didn't like Zaxby's. I just said that's not the best chicken in the world.
Yeah, well.
I mean, let me rephrase. That's my opinion. Is they're not the best.
Well,
they're good,
yeah.
But they're not the best.
But I'm sure. I mean, you gotta say it to promote it, you know. Only parts of skill-based.
Money out there.
is ranked in the whole planet. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We are live with Miami Heretics versus Toronto Ultra.
Oh no,
far, Ultra managed to get that hard point over the line and take map number 1.
The only difference I see in skill base for me is
6-1 against them. Now though, we move into
on Warzone.
Control.
I feel like
I feel like it could be
multiplayer. I don't really
well, an Envoy might be a
feel like I get stomped on.
I know it's an AR dominant map, but he has been making absolute plays, including.
But for me, Warzone,
control, nice little 1.5
hit reg
KD when your
again,
SMGs pick up
and ping.
Now, honestly, the God gun. Well, they can absolutely thrive. They love when they can abuse that
like,
shot multiplier.
God loves to ping fuck you.
If we can put that same performance on.
I always thought Zaxby's was okay as well. Like I don't really ever get Zaxby's, but I might go try the Mr. Beast box eventually. Mr. Beast box.
Heretics know they want this point while they are sitting pretty in the standings. Can they overcome a player like Envoy?
Well, I mean, again, we're just talking about him being sort of like in
classic. I think my biggest issue is I don't know if it's my PC or my internet or both, but it's like I feel the biggest difference in Warzone than I do with multiplayer.
Yeah, Envoy has cranked things up to be certain.
Because I could have high ping in multiplayer and still do pretty decent. If I have high ping in Warzone, I'm mostly getting shit on the beginning half, and then the later half of the game I'll get my kills and we'll win. But it wasn't satisfying at all. I was mad the entire time. So it's like, yeah. I wish they said, I wish the Black Ops 6 people, like if you watch that video, I wish they said something about the servers. The only game I had my crosshairs on the guy. Yeah. Especially like when you watch kill cams. Because I know when I can be shooting someone and I can see their shots go around me and then they kill me, but I'm like, how? And then you watch the kill cam. It's literally ping.
But somehow still alive. Scrap doesn't even care. Gets
oh. Oh no.
Out on the A capture by a tiny margin chance.
Yeah, no, Scrap wins that gunfight. He'd have been there to give you a 2, and the A zone would have fallen. But Scrap saw the play before the bullets actually connected. Maybe he needs to pick up Kleenex's MCW because Kleenex, I mean, again, he just kills faster.
Well, we'll see what Inside can do now. Trying to make sure they don't get put straight into that spawn trap, but so far they haven't been. Only one player going to be out here. Envoy stopping the clock. Shouldn't really be able to capture
the dead slime.
Medals in a too good of a position. Scrap gets another kill, and this is all about survival for Ultra. They just don't want to be pinned in.
And big win by Medals as well, so he keeps the pressure up on the spawners, but good reads there from Scrap. Threading the needle on the gunfight. Now Vehicle man on the zone. Well, timing all.
Wait, Scrap isn't dead.
Every different section. Vehicle's doing a dance and trying to be a little bit of bait, but nice read and snap there from inside the
Vehicle not killing Scrap is so wild to me. Maybe it was just out of his field of view or something.
He just needs the reinforcements of his teammates, and a trophy could have been nice as well.
Okay, good. I'm going on him.
Envoy managed to get that kill, but that's all they've got. 18 seconds in a dream. Ultra thought they could have had that A capture early, but they have now fallen by the wayside. Only 2 ticks to their name, and they're coming off spawn. This is not the attack they wanted.
I feel like they can do something. Oh.
Even a last hurrah. They really are getting this trajectory out. Has time to reload. Has time to just wait for his teammates to get here as well.
No.
Scrap's not going to make the 2-piece, and that's going to be the
then
first
that
round.
killing Real just didn't lose around.
Not good enough.
Real played his life really well there. That's actually insane.
I think on this map they're gonna have a bad time. By 6 kills, which a decent enough margin, that round really does come down to just Scrap sort of stopping the kill a little bit too soon. He was looking for the 2
capture the flag. Okay.
I mean, just a truly unfortunate
I would assume so. I feel like
Ultra,
that's a Black Ops staple.
The extra minute and able to play patient. They just have to flood into death. Again, an incredibly small mistake. Fully capitalized, and now Real.
Pretty sure this will go until July. And the majors, the major is on July like 18th or 19th or something like that. Because I thought about going to the major for this or the championship. Wait, when is that? Because there's champs. Champs for sure is on. Wait.
Insight there to take him down. And Heretics,
now I feel like I'm confusing myself.
Your spawn, most aggressive player, Real. Well, welcome back to the spawn. Everybody stuck in the windows. Players like Insight keeping the right side at bay, and well, guys like Envoy responsible.
I'm
for
not
the
sure
left.
because I know that championship, like the championship, is gonna be July. Because I'm not gonna be here. But I think I'm confusing myself because these are major 4 quals.
But fortunately, there's plenty of Ultra players still to keep them in.
Yeah, this is just painful. Inside again on a 4 spree, responsible for the right windows, and it finally falls, and no trades. Real picks up 2. Kleenex doesn't get the 1, and Miami finally, they've made it out. Back to sort of the 50-50 split over towards the zone. Nice team shots coming
I'm looking up the CDL schedule.
Trophy, maybe just a little bit too late. You see Insight with the Semtex and Kleenex absolutely bodies Vehicle in that gunfight. So Heretics had to fight tooth and nail to get out of your spawn. Well, welcome right back.
Oh, they have got them, but they're going to try one last.
Okay, this will go on until June 23rd.
Insight flying over. We'll find the first, but not the second. Will they even get a tick out of this game? That's what they're trying to do now. Just hold it for long enough, and unfortunately, back in the spawn you go. Ultra already set up. Scrap has the irons, has the sight, has the position, but falls. Doesn't matter. Clock has been run out, and they hold them to nothing. Technically, Ultra won those first 2 rounds.
Sure, I guess.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, the 0 takes absolutely.
I guess I really just confused myself because
effectively gonna be secure unless Heretics absolutely stuff them on this upcoming round. But I know Toronto.
I guess what else would you call
mistake? Get an offensive win on board as well, because
I don't know if champs is the same as or. Anyways.
Let's see. How do these adjustments happen?
I think the more you try and explain it to yourself, the more you're confusing yourself.
Yeah, honestly.
Very close to getting that A early. Ultimately fell to nothing.
The day they switched
it. Again, Envoy hitting the low wall run. Kleenex opening up proceedings.
That's funny.
And Envoy finds something here. Kleenex actually just diving straight in. Envoy with a perfect timing.
This would be all 4 of you.
I guess
everybody's going to be stuck in their spawn anyway, but Real was last man standing. 3 players stuck in that left window. Insight's got 1 cross. Kleenex has
that stun.
Nice stun.
He wasn't stunned there then.
That is only the first problem to solve. Still, Heretics just barely now able to make it out of the windows. For a defensive round, this is a painful looking setup right now. Toronto Ultra again, spawn trapping effectively.
Oh, damn.
Both sides just about until the triple headshots.
Dang, he played his life so well.
Nice little moment there from Heretics and staying alive so far in this round.
Again, another point, just not able to capture it at the last second. Will this come back to haunt them again?
I saw someone say firing range is coming back.
Envoy now was worried about who's around him. We'll stop the clock here, but massively outnumbered. No reinforcements, so he's just going to try and play the kill.
I saw it in the tweet.
What is going on?
Oh, as in, okay.
Stuck on tactical.
I was thinking the Warzone 3 firing range was like, it never allowed.
When did he hit on the D-pad and make that possible? I thought it was just because he was hugging the wall.
I don't know, I'll look it up.
A weird moment, but I don't know. Envoy dealing with some stuff while Heretics going to have to deal with the B zone. Double stack coming through, and for Heretics, nobody in position to stop it. So that's what Ultra was looking for, the extra minutes of the clock. And Envoy right now, 9-16. Maybe if he figures out to fix the L trigger, might be good to go.
If I remember correctly, I haven't done it in a while. I think you have to hold down the L trigger and push a button on the D-pad to get it out of that. Just not seen it in some time, but yeah, obviously irrelevant.
You just never know. I mean, it might have just been a graphical thing in Codcaster as well, but you know, I'm a suspicious person.
Well,
I did
never
not.
mind. Hopefully they can redeem themselves. They have the first point. They have a minute left. But
I literally said what returning maps are in Black Ops 6, and the thing that comes up is like round-based zombies is back. Black Ops 6 will launch with 2 brand new round-based zombie maps, Terminus and Liberty Falls. That's not what I asked.
Heretics couldn't get out of this by the looks of it.
I'll put for multiplayer.
Here we go, trying to get out. They've got a bit of a trade, but it is just not the trades they want. Ultra have no respawns remaining. Vehicle will bring them down to 3. And this is it. That's all they got. Pour out that window. Hope for the best. 18 seconds and a dream. I think it might even be too far.
they're just playing for the kills as well. So yeah, Ultra not able to cook anything up. That's another good round from Heretics. Strong on the defensive side of things. And I think both their defensive rounds, they've just sort of had those small moments that they end up taking full advantage of. In round one, again, it's the, you know, Scraps stop shooting just a little bit too soon, opens the gates there for Heretics. But in this round,
not be,
I mean, just that one moment where the triple headshots rolled through, get a 3 down. It took me an extra second to find that 4th player, but Heretics.
Yeah, Treyarch and Raven Software
able to execute after the fact. So I think Heretics, again, a team that has improved pretty consistently over the course of this year. Maybe looking a little better on high rise than I was expecting. Still, though, game's not over yet. Offensive rounds have certainly been problematic.
I would just have to find it.
This one.
The tweet.
One of them, because the tick game has not been kind.
Well, they're trying, but they are already.
Heretics are doing really well on this control.
You can see already Ultra trying to get in position to hold them. Waiting for that last member to join them. Envoy is not going to be here, but again, similar positions for their setup. Vico already taking down Scrap, though. It opens it up a bit inside, coming in an awful lot of pressure, and still staying alive thanks to Kleenex picking up 3. Only Real has broken out at the moment, but only as far as Green.
Insight did a really good job at making them focus on him, and he did well playing his life there.
This is a devastating blender setup. I don't even know how you get out of this over the course of time. 35 seconds to do it. There's the double chow coming out, but maybe Envoy, the cleanup crew for the trades, only gives you 1 extra, and there you go. There's the coordination and timing from Heretics. They've at least been able to keep things mixy, but of course, with paying attention to Kleenex, he does have a cruise missile secured. One that I'm not expecting him to need in this round.
They're doing okay at the moment, but here's the Heretics. Since they've broken out, they are trading across the map.
My nose is so itchy.
They're going to have to commit as well. This time has gone away from them. 15 seconds, and the Heretics will have to get on the point. They're going to do it eventually inside. The last player really out here to stop this B push. Finds one, looking for the second. It gets a chow, but it's not going to be enough. Lucky's here. Has held them out, though, because the rest of Ultra are just at the door.
Well, Real gives you 2, but can he give you the 3rd? Not by the looks of it. Scrap too quick with the trades in. Well, an extra gunny to boot. Vikul meets his early demise. And Heretics, well, hey, they were able to get the 1 tick. Bad news, you're going to have offense for the final round.
No, I did not see that.
Either get 6 or just outslay them. Because Toronto Ultra, that is 2 complete and utter dominant defensive rounds.
Well, tell you something. We said we have
I feel like that'd be kind of insane, but I don't see that happening
as we go into this final round
because Microsoft owns it.
Just poetry in motion. Dives in, knows where the player is. Rechows on 8 health. Vikul does not land a bullet as he pirouettes through the air. And Chance, now the reality of the situation is setting in. The Heretics have only found 1 tick off their last 2 attacks.
I think
and now they have to win.
There could have been a possibility of it.
Yeah, they need to get opening break as well, just to make sure you don't end up in
Microsoft didn't own it.
Point in time.
But Microsoft owns it, so they're going to be like, that's why they have so many games on Game Pass now, including COD.
Taken care of, so no funny business over towards A. The Heretics taking routes looking for the opening, but Envoy and Scrap completely heads up about
Why would they?
In the opening break, Heretics so sorely needed.
When did they do that deal?
Unable to get.
I feel like that would have been
advantage here. Scrap tries to see if he can push them back into it, but they're on to B. Will they stack the
I feel like a lot of people would have talked about that, no?
Just trying to make sure they have an opportunity to get out their own spawn and nothing too bad happens towards them.
I didn't know about that deal.
We'll get Vikul as well. They've got to be careful here, the Heretics.
I can because it's COD and it's a money grab.
Again, rough opening break. You get a
That's fair.
Down, but you're still back to sort of square one. But
I was just thinking about being, you know, because Microsoft owns Xbox.
And everything just collapses. Last man standing lucky.
They want more people to buy Xboxes, which is why there's an Xbox Game Pass.
Well, the Heretics.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that would have been some big news.
Playing it
but
slow,
maybe I just missed it. I don't know.
Lucky already finds inside off top heli. Kleenex looking for the player. He's since slit the net. Finds it. Envoy gets another. And now they're just playing with that last one as well. Real by the stairs, still alive. The rest of the Ultra coming off the respawn, but they've done enough. Vikul gets away as well. Heretics now have to run, though. They have to get onto a point.
inside. He wants Vehicle dead, and now Scrap would be the one that finds him, but he's worried about the guy in your spawn, so the spawners make it to A, but Scrap gives you 2 Kleenex. Shooting players out of the sky in a small window of opportunity gets quelched. Absolutely nothing cooking there. Toronto, 3 perfect rounds of defense. You couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah, and just to show you how dominant
what was the last one where Optic beat Ultra? It was the Major 3
over 3 attacks. Just not able to go anywhere,
Grand Finals,
points, not able to stop the Ultra,
where they mollywopped, and then people.
2-1 to Toronto now. As we move,
did I tell you all about how, like,
even just to touch on how good Toronto's teamwork and
people on my live, after I was live, mind you, that video has like 1,000 views, or just about 1,000 views, and there's like a couple people in there that were upset because I said that Toronto, like, Kleenex played like shit. I was like, damn, you are a shit player. I'm not talking about the whole, like, it was. When I said that, it was because they played like shit. They got 4-0'd. Literally, they couldn't win a map to save their life. And people were very butthurt that I said that. And I was like, you're clearly new, because anytime they're going against anyone, I'm rooting for them. In that same live stream, in that same
okay in the slaying
game, I said I wanted Toronto to win, and then I heard somebody in the crowd, they were like, USA, USA, and I was like, oh, in that case, then I have to root for Optic, because now they're making it Canada versus USA. It was so, like, it was Ultra fanboys Kofi hard. I literally was like, I usually, like, I wanted them to win. It wasn't until, like, one of the maps, I don't know, I don't remember what map they were on, where I heard USA, USA. Kay was there, and I was like, oh, well, in that case, I gotta go for Optic, because I like both of them. But yeah, they were mad, and I think they were mad because literally, like, if you go back and like read it, I had the last comment on both, unless they commented and I just didn't get a notification. But we were literally going back and forth. And they were upset because I was talking about Envoy, and I was like, bro.
Miami, honestly, like, their S&D has been in form, and we talked about sort of the map discrepancies.
Everybody talks about how he's playing so inconsistent this season. Since Major 2.
And they have a
actually, Major 1, I think.
Record on 6-star, where they have absolutely picked teams apart. So if Miami get to game 5,
it was after they won the Major.
The problem is
then you started playing like shit, and I think that was Major 1. I don't remember now.
Ultra, who I believe have a 14-2
but it's like, if you play like shit, I'm gonna say that you're playing like shit.
Maybe, just maybe, if Envoy was still stuck in the 0.5 blender, you like your odds against Ultra on Karachi. However, that has not been the case. Envoy has been absolutely.
And I'm not gonna suck any dick and balls.
For some reason, tuned in the past 5 seconds, all of Ultra have
and
been there
be
to
like,
back them
oh,
up. So I think Toronto,
like, you're in the grand finals, brother.
Business, you know, take him down on your bread.
You gotta show up.
Well, gonna see if that's the case. As Ultra with Envoy, and I will say maybe a little bit off the gas there in that control.
The only reason I like, and this is like one of the things I said to one of the guys. I was like, the only reason that I like Ultra now is because Envoy went to Ultra.
0.44 off map 1. They were looking for the same performance going.
It's the same reason that, like, the Thieves boys, one went to Optic, Ultra, and FaZe. So then I started supporting all of those. FaZe is the lowest on my list, but still. I was like, I literally played with Envoy's little brother on an AN team, on an amateur team. We were literally on the same team together, and so I was like, oh yeah, okay, I can start supporting him. And then that's when I started like getting really into watching the CDL when Envoy was on the Thieves. So I was like, I know he can play well. He's just not playing well. I want him to play well.
They are not safe.
So it's funny.
They can open up with
I thought it was funny.
couple of kills, but only a couple of kills.
Because these boys think that I don't know what I'm talking about or something. Oh shit.
Envoy somehow still gets that kill.
They're ready for the trades too.
Scrap flying at that guy. That's what the guy said too.
Perfect position to lay down and sort of slow the pace down just a little bit. And I mean, Heretics, pretty strong start on P1, get a nice little lead, but the scrap time Ultra should be able to tie it up. And if you're paying attention to the rotation, which Envoy always is going to be, able to get at least one of those kills and maybe just set scrap up for the next.
Dang, Meko came out of nowhere.
Gonna hunt him down. Teamwork right now on point from Heretics, keeping these players at bay. And yeah, fierce start as well at 4-1.
Still moving and shooting, still trying to play his live here. Eventually will go down. There's been a player slipped the net though. Inside, he's in the backfield.
Anyways, I like fighting people in my comments. Is the moral of the story.
And Inside's going to get him as well. He's managed just to slip.
Because it was like, then thinking that, like we were basically on the same side, but we could be in the same book but different pages type of shit. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
I mean, Lucky does snap into position, but
I'm not even a hater, but if they play like shit, they play like shit.
One kill, and it's the one kill that
I'm gonna call it out.
T2, and really is gonna set up his team not just to take the lead, but to stay ahead of rotation as well.
It has been a long time.
Miami 12th overall in breaks.
I'm currently sick, but if I wasn't sick, then it would be good. How are you?
Inside doing a lot of work here, but now the rotation is on. Can Envoy be the hero they need? Waits, finds the flash, tries to stay alive, not get out of it. And this means that Ultra will have a much harder time breaking this now.
Well, clearing all your corners.
Did they see him go back there, or were they just expecting someone to be there?
And this is a team that cannot break hills, so when they stay ahead of the game, that is when these guys are on point. And
although Miami have 5 kills. Damn, Insight 1 and 3. Scrap just got his second.
Scrap finds one, and not just one, he gives you 2, and that is all 4 down for Miami and then some. Worst case scenario.
Well, sometimes.
The man inside the hill dies first.
Noah is pretty much the only one, or Death Machine is. I'm trying to remember who came from CDC.
And now Inside just gonna wait. Push him here. This one fortunately has backup in his teammates. And even with this one, Envoy tries to get away. Inside with 4 seconds left. This isn't going to worry too much if he goes down here.
Is Big Lou on CTC?
And just dives about. Inside playing a little bit of run and hide. His teammates already at the next hill though.
I don't remember like anything anymore.
2 minutes, sorry, a minute and 20 seconds, I apologize, inside of the hard point. So again, when things are going great from Ultra, that is sort of the dynamic. Maybe you want him to have more than one, but hey, he just
I don't think Lou plays too much anymore. And then Noah or Death Machine likes playing Valorant now. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that's still playing COD.
Well, at least he's gone neutral. But yeah, that's an awful lot of time. Envoy just pushing out, and the rest of Ultra are happy to slay around him. Inside can't get many kills if he doesn't see anybody.
Envoy keeps dying back there.
As well, Chance.
I know why he's going back there, but
make it towards the back. But big wins there by Heretics, keeping all these players at bay. This is a moment where Ultra had plenty of time to play with on the rotation, but couldn't quite get it done. So Heretics, again, they can't break hills, but they can hold them.
Yeah.
About 60 seconds.
A lot of them started just doing.
Right back in the game.
What about you? What about you?
Waiting. Ultra find the first kill. Trying to squeeze them. And they got the second as well.
Cole, we're talking about something different.
If Ultra continue this pressure, Scrap will get another.
But yeah, I don't blame you for not playing COD.
Over and over again. Vico will find one, not the second. And Ultra just swarming through them.
I don't blame you at all. It's pretty shit.
Perfect teamwork as well. That was Real taking a gunfight.
I've been mostly playing Valorant now, but
next man in line had to fight 3 players on Ultra, and the next Heretics player had to fight all 4. Perfect teamwork, and Scrap the main slayer on the squad buy spree in the moment.
Please reload.
He's looking for a cruise in the full 60 that Miami was desperate for. They simply do not convert. Still stuck down
all
by
that
60
to reload
points.
and die.
They're gonna have to get after
yeah, I knew that. Right.
By the way, Insight already has 2 minutes inside of the hill.
Is this some sort of?
Oh yeah, Lethal. I like that game.
With insight, we don't want to do nothing. Just stay in the hill.
Haven't played it in a while, but Lethal was fun when we played it.
Inside, finds a 6th kill and back into the hill.
This is the
oh shoot, you're a boxer now?
Insight, just watching his teammates slay out around them, but Envoy out here chasing.
I was not expecting that.
Right now, Ultra just doing whatever they want.
You winning
let's see
like some fights? Dang, I could. I would not have. Oh, listening.
Low or low. Go now. Come up, you know. I have mail right now. Good cut out. Look at good feet right now. We're getting time now.
Then one on old.
One good. Single on mouse.
Old one shot.
Single on old.
That's the last guy. Single on old.
You can get mail. I'm already mail.
I feel like Lethal, the only way it can be fun is with mods.
I have graffiti in the jump out.
But there are so many mods.
I'm one shot, bro. He's stuck. Push. I push. He's in weak. He's jumping back. Stay alive.
Falcon one pinch me. Look at one belt.
3 down.
Absolute. We got 7 down. I'll be weak. One in calf. Going around right here. You can maybe play through mid if you want. Give me a sec.
Yo, one's laying cap on me.
I say we just try and play for new.
Stun.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to. Yeah, I'm already there here.
Dead.
Let's play this time, bro.
Red then.
I'm playing this time. Okay.
Find the bar, one shot.
And a bar, yep.
He's in cubby.
Back door as well.
In cubby, one back door.
I'm running it for cubby.
Back door is dead.
I see cubby. I'm cubby, dead.
Nice.
That's good time, bro. We can break this shit. I'm going top red, Toby. Look at single right now. They're already gonna be close. Nothing's cross back.
I really like their comms because it's so calm and I like their voices.
I've seen anything new. Your stun, Scrap? Nope. RG, he's gonna be tough for you then. Listen, I'm waiting for Jamie to hold, okay? We can just wait for the old time to pop. Wait, low. Broken. Top broken. Like backstairs, Scrap. It could be low graffiti, Jimmy. Take your time. He is. Look for it. Low graffiti's... Lucky could be top 3. Holding the right.
Third steps.
I'm safe in it. Okay. I'll clear it up. I'll see Lucky. Went low. Nice. That's the guy. There's one behind you, red, Jimmy. I can jump out, Scrap.
He's pinch me, he's still top red.
There's 2 red.
Like there's no panic.
One time. One shot on the tiles as well. He's tiles. Low third dead. In bikes. Time's like I spawn third, bro. They could spawn behind your bridge. Yeah, spawning. Wait, one third on us still. Behind the hut. I hear. I can kill. Give me a sec.
I do too.
Let's play this place, bro.
Yeah, once I move to Florida, I'm gonna be getting like an actual job because I want to do van life.
We spawn bridge. They're behind you guys, dirt.
I pretty much have most of the money to pay in full if I wanted, but I'd rather have some cushion. And I think that'll be having the real job that I can have consistent money, like that money flow, and then doing this when I don't work.
Top long and on time.
I think would be really good.
Spawning bus. Market that. I'm so spawning bus. That is fridge. I'll get market quick.
Oh, that timing.
Well, there's Ultra with their traditional screaming roar of comms. But I'll tell you something, this game has got a little bit tight. They certainly are not having it all their way.
Yeah, and you just 2 teams playing with very different energies as well, right? That is the typical Toronto, but you do have a bit of fierceness in the gameplay for Miami. Unfortunately for you,
no.
he is the last man standing.
What I'm doing now is just still content.
Just enough to buy his teammates some time to get towards
when
the
I
old
moved
time,
to Florida, I don't know. I'm gonna find something. No, my major was communication, and then my minor was intelligence and national security studies.
The entire time, you see how difficult he's been to weed out.
I know Insight's done a great job in holding the right cut, but I really
it's just annoying because any jobs that I'm interested in, it's like, oh yeah, if you have like 2 years experience, then you can do it, and it's like, this is some bullshit.
Trying to end this game right here.
And they're going to be able to, everybody going to be stuck inside so far away from the time inheritance as well. Never really
figure it out.
Able to break the
I'm not
on this
panicking.
that much more difficult. Metal's gonna fall as well in just 10
with all this stuff with this, like I'm doing fine, but I'd rather I don't know. I want more. I thought about doing coding, but I just don't know if I'd be any good at it.
And I don't know what he's saying, but it's probably, well, that was a good game, guys. It was very enjoyable. Thanks for all joining me.
Yeah, definitely not anything in Spanish. Nothing targeted there as well. Scrap always respectful.
I just never done any of those things, and I know that like KOD, if you're still here, you called it 3-1.
He's gonna back it up as well. Ultra again. On point on Karachi.
I just feel like most of if I do find anything like that, it'll still do the like, oh yeah, you need experience.
Insight though, gonna be honest,
which is fine, but it's just annoying.
What a scrub.
I thought about learning about coding. My friend Josh is going to go into that. So, but he's like, I'm not a computer whiz, so I don't even know what to expect with that.
So just a ridiculous difference. Obviously, in the end, they had to win the game.
That's my only thing.
Play it correctly, but it was a good watch.
Yeah, and I will say that just means Purge's
I'm really not surprised with the outcome of all of today's matches, to be fair.
Seconds, excuse me, so the objective mastermind
just a vicious cycle. Yeah, I know. It's so annoying.
Through and through. S&D is definitely going to be a concern for this team, still getting picked apart in a 6-1 fashion. Getting
exactly.
On in a 2v4 is
it's like
never going to be a good sign.
I'm too old to
they're still trying to flex the map pool.
Well, I don't know. You could probably get an internship, however, but it's like I can't really do internships anymore. I'm not in school. I'm not, you know. So it's like, and even if I did have an internship for like something else, like I didn't do an internship for anything else.
One of the biggest stories as
so,
well.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so...
It's become the case at this point in the season that all the other teams in that bubble are watching these games, hoping they don't get 10 points where they don't expect them. It's a very close run, but let's
wonder who they're going to interview.
Over to the desk.
That's great news for everybody below Miami Heretics, and also good news if you're a Toronto fan. Toronto Ultra getting the job done. They don't risk going to a second search and destroy. And Ali, did Insight really have to play that last game?
Yes, he did, because he was the only one with any held time. Scrap with the closest at 50 seconds. He was literally doing everything. Not only was the only player as positive as he was, ending 28-17, but he was also ending on a 10 spree with 4,300 damage. My favorite kind of stat about Scrap right now is he's averaging like 5k damage a respawn currently, and that's still continued on in this series.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, Insight was chilling. He had over 2 minutes on map 1 as well, Chris. Like,
he got crucial kills.
Yeah.
Don't take that away from him. But
I'm just excited. I'm going to be moving.
Just shows how excellent they are in hardpoint, right? They know which hills are their money
new
hills
space,
when they're going to take their massive leads.
new
like,
area,
map,
new people.
P4 to P5 is beautiful, and then you talk about map 1. P1 holds absolutely incredible. We should show some love also to Envoy. He was lighting it up. The guy started out 21-10, dominated that first rotation on 6-star, sort of set the pace for the entire series.
I don't know, I still feel like Toronto Ultra can take away a lot in this series.
I hope they interview Scrap.
Good, but even in the map 1 and 4, like, they had a handed lead in that 6-star. Miami started
I just like when Scrap talks shit.
Two players almost at Envoy almost dropping 40 and Kleenex dropping 30. I still think they could clean up a little bit in their rotations and their setup.
Is it cheaper to live in Florida? They just don't do
still a little bit to be worked on if you're Toronto Ultra. Following that, search and destroy woes are still kind of continuing.
What's it called? State income tax.
Right now, Insight is 0-4 in opening duels, and it's a continued issue. He's 3-10
but
on
like,
the season, so
South Carolina is a good place to live because
Las Vegas. Who's most
everything's pretty cheap here.
Surge.
Okay.
I'm not really sure about Florida yet because again, I haven't lived there. I've only visited, and when I visited, I was a lot younger. I don't even remember last time I've been to Florida.
AKA the prettiest boy in all of Toronto. Shining bright. Look at these pearly whites and his gunshot to go with it, Ali.
Yeah, I mean, this was just the Envoy that we've been wanting to see for a while. He came out very hot in the 6-star map number 1, going 36
Are you moving to Florida?
It's just a highlight reel of the S&D.
On the west side.
He had a lot of fun. Name was 36-25. That is good enough for a 1.44, but it was the 6k damage basically that blew our mind.
Yeah, I mean, Envoy, you saw like sort of the screamer that had his stats from last stage until now. That is the big difference with this roster. Like when he's playing like that, they're championship level roster.
But I think it's more expensive to live there. I mean, it just depends on
especially in those HPs.
the jobs you want
the perfect time during this season.
And shit, because there's, if you look it up, there's a lot of states, or not a lot, but there's a handful of states that
This opens the door
I
for
have no,
squads
like
Minnesota
state
catch
income
up
tax
to the
or
Heretics,
whatever
right?
it is.
Heretics are not safe. If they got another 10 points, I'd say you're pretty good to go.
I love your optimism.
Into NFL.
When we come back, we have our third match of the day. Allie, you excited for it?
Sure, it's Minnesota Rocket taking on Optic Texas. It could maybe be
Yeah, well.
All right, we're going to a break. When we come back, maybe we'll be talking to Toronto. If not, the players are ready. Optic takes on Minnesota live here from the CDL.
Oh yeah, wait, why did I say that this was the last match? Wait, I'm so confused. I think I'm on Mars. I'm gonna blame it on the fact that I'm sick. Cause did I say that that was the last match? I swear I did. But now I don't remember
what you said.
I don't remember if I said that out loud or I don't know what's going on.
Controller of the Call of Duty.
You're a 49ers fan? Hey, listen, at least I got to the Super Bowl.
And so much more. Check out the Call of Duty store in-game now.
I don't really pay attention too much to the NFL. I used to when I was younger, and the team that I supported was the Steelers. So I don't know. Now I'll just watch. I don't really care who wins. I choose a team with the better looking outfit.
That's funny.
Yeah, see, I'm
hungry for this.
I'm on Mars.
Yeah? Are you high as shit right now?
No, but God, I wish, cause I don't know.
Screams in the player cam.
Wait, I'm so lost.
What?
Okay, so there are 3, and I said it correctly.
Oh my God!
Okay.
Get off me!
I don't know what was going on in my head. Kenny! It's like I knew that there was. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna stop talking.
Spawning coop, bro. Spawning coop.
I don't know what's going on. When did I take medicine? Maybe I gotta.
Play for streak.
Can I take more?
Texted me.
Before I got the sec first go.
Wait, I can't.
11:40.
Huh?
1:40.
1:40.
Like 3.5 hours ago.
Almost time.
Almost.
It's like the drugs can't come soon enough.
Yeah.
So you just got like a cold or something, or what's going on?
Yeah, I have no freaking idea. Sorry.
I'm literally 360 that kid.
I just haven't.
It seems like every time you two go, like one person goes to see the other person.
To be fair, like the first 3 times we saw each other, no sickness happened at all.
Yeah, that is true. Intros. Sitting Smurf.
Cole.
Go Optic, go Optic. Yeah.
Yeah, so like the first time she came, no, it's not the Rona. I honestly don't even know why I'm sick, because Kay and Grayson came and it was like the second day, or no, it was the second day that Kay lost her voice.
It was the first night. I lost my voice the first night. I was there. I don't even know why.
And then was it the second day for me? I thought it was the second day.
It was like the 3rd day.
It's called cooties, yeah. Probably. No, they must be a carrier of some shit, because I hate getting sick. And I feel like the last couple times I was with Kay, I've gotten sick. but I don't
also
ever leave the house.
And also, we came during like Thanksgiving last year. Me and Grayson did, and that's like a really sick month for everyone.
Yeah, I mean,
and we weren't
there.
sick.
Ooh, it's Scrap. Okay, hold on.
Like I was worried about that being.
What, 6,000 damage in almost every game you played? Scrap. What's going on in the camp there in Hardpoint? It looks like they're taking you off the leash, and Inside is just happily collecting all the hill time.
Yeah, you know, we're just a fundamental team. We like to, you know, play slow at some points, play fast at some points. But, you know, whenever I'm allowed to go and fly, you know, I'm always doped up for it. You know, kills are coming my way. I'm always happy to lay down some damage. But, you know, Jamie's soaking some hill time on map 4. You know, couldn't ask for more.
He unfortunately couldn't get the 3-minute mark, though. Nobody could have called that out and been like, yo, Jamie, like, get past this 3 minutes. You got 3 more seconds to go. But back to the question, Scrap. Top 4 teams. Everybody seems to be showing a little bit of weakness during this qualifier. What is Toronto Ultra's main focus right now heading into Burbank?
Yeah, I think the main thing is just expanding our map pool, and I think a lot of top 4 teams are probably doing that. I mean, why wouldn't you? There's really no point not to. You know, we're trying to, you know, be the best team we can for champs, be, you know, a hard team on every map. But yeah, I just think trying to expand our map pool, maybe get our S&D a little better, obviously our control and HP, but, you know, just fix up everything, just try to, you know, be good in everything.
Scrap, I want you to, you know, talk to the fans at large and kind of tell them, what does it entail, the extra
Wait, I saw the message, but it's not there anymore. What happened?
There's only 2 major events left, the biggest events of the year, and you guys are grinding. What's life like right now for Scrap?
I don't know.
Damn, what's life like? You know, not much. You know, I come in every day, I scrim from like about like 2 to 7, go home, turn the stream on, go to sleep, wake up, same
Scrap
thing.
looks like the type of guy that would,
you know,
on a daily basis, would say, actually.
Gamer that plays video games every day, all day. So, nothing crazy, but you know, we're obviously grinding going into champs.
Absolutely.
Scrap, today we
it's
saw
called
a
IVF.
preview of Black Ops 6. Did you guys get a chance to watch
Kay and I do plan on doing that.
Feel knowing that you get a chance to play on maps like Slums?
We sure do, and Emily's gonna carry. Just kidding.
Hell no. They're gonna take my eggs.
It gives me like this Cold War vibe, and I think Cold War is probably one of the best games we had in the past, you know, 5 years, 6 years.
All right, we made it into gold too. Let's see how it is.
Inject those with sperm that we pick from a sperm donor.
So, you know, I'm just excited overall.
Then they run those through tests.
How do you think you fared in that?
And then if those are good,
it was my first year playing. I was
they'll put a good one
teams, I would say,
into K, and then K would carry.
So I just didn't have the team around me to,
It just sounds funny. Put it into me.
But you know, it is what it is. We're
well, that's what they do.
you know, everyone's getting slammed.
And hopefully they took a shower since then.
So,
thanks for joining us live. We got a match to get to.
Have a good one.
That is Scrap. That is Toronto Ultra. But now it's time to turn our attention to Optic versus
well,
Minnesota.
I don't know what happened. I didn't touch any comment, and I know K didn't. I wouldn't think K or KOB would either. So
tonight they play against Minnesota.
I think that was just YouTube.
Message retracted.
Any momentum, they have the
I think that's him deleting
schedule that we've seen up to this point.
Oh my God, it's Optic.
Yeah, drawing the card out to Texas isn't easy. They don't really
But yeah,
have a
so
lot to work on right
even
now.
if it was like a straight couple, like some straight couples can't conceive, so they'll basically use like a surrogate, which is basically almost like the same process, except a different lady that they either know or a lady that just likes having kids.
Yeah, that's kind of why I asked like the extra push question, because some of these
would
matches
carry their baby. So
where teams are at mentally,
if you want to think about it like that, Kay is my surrogate, but I don't see her as just my surrogate.
So they're gonna have to turn up in this match, man. You can't let it get out of hand. You're going up against a Minnesota Rocker team.
Nothing. All I heard is Kay is my surrogate.
And you can see for the
like,
no, like if you want to think about it, like I don't know.
In the last 10, and they just tried to play high rise, which they lost 3-2 to Las Vegas, who aren't particularly great at control either. So a lot of work to be done.
Rocket League, so I'll be back in a while.
Talk about here in Minnesota, clear underdogs. They are just 10 points behind the rest of the
thank you.
Still popping?
ninth outside of the bubble, but tied with Carolina. So it's not just a match win, but maps
Quit
matter
that game.
today. What do you need to see from this purple squad?
I got to the big leagues.
Push that Ant's talking about. I need to see something from this Minnesota Rocker squad since this new team had been formed with the addition of Gunless and Standing.
I either think a 3-0 or a 3-1 Optic winning.
Moments of maybe where they could steal a map or two, but Sirius has
most likely a 3-0.
So going up against Optic Texas today and seeing this map
the way she did it with your hand. Wait, what do you mean by that?
Keep in mind, 6-star, they were about 130 points over Miami before totally folding in the second half of that matchup and allowing the comeback. Minnesota has to start hot. They need to get it going early. Can they get it done on 6-star in Rio?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to have to get done.
But yeah, both
I finally got 1 kill, and it's been 3 rounds into my search and destroy.
Both Kay and Grayson weren't even sick. So, Cassie was saying they must be a carrier of something. So that's what I'm going with.
Nameless. Does Optic get their W here to close out week 2?
I mean, I also told you that when we were there.
Oh yeah, maybe it was you then. Someone said it.
How many games?
3.
3 games.
They're not playing with their map pool in this lineup. I think this goes in 3.
It's shift and study on the mic, so I know it's about to get weird. How about a game 5 for Optic? I don't think Minnesota gets it done, but at least they make it fun. Gentlemen, take it away.
Why does everyone hate when we cast Optic, bro? What the heck? Man, we're getting blasted on Twitter. We're getting blasted on Reddit. We're getting blasted by Bucket. I don't like that energy. Get out of here. Optic should feel pretty good with this map series, though. I think that's the biggest thing. Not a lot of testing out here, Jay, it feels like.
Oh, yeah, not at all. Between both of the hard points.
Oh, how would they put it into K? Okay. I didn't see that.
6-star, 4-1 in a Vista. And then they got that
basically, I'm pretty sure, well, she goes under, so she's asleep. Or maybe, like, extremely, like, drugged up. And then they have to go into her, they basically have to place it into her uterus.
After walking away our major 3 champions.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I think the thing, too, is as much as we looked at major 3 in the qualification stage of, like, Optic has to prepare for
just to go through, like, the cervix.
Hey, they did everything they needed to do, and now they're kind of just, like, icing the cake, it feels like, in a lot of ways, based on how deep their map pool has gotten. Obviously, the one little hiccup being the sub.
It's, like, weird to think about, because they're going to have to do that for me to get my eggs.
To get your eggs.
They had to do it to me first. Oh. Well, I'll be under, so I'll be like, that's okay.
Two sides of a very
I'll
different
be like,
story.
knock me. I'm gonna take the doctor by his like shirt. Knock me the fuck out.
I think you just get like extremely drugged up. I don't think you get put to sleep.
Well, I want them to knock my ass out.
I don't think you need to do that.
They need
to.
to.
The recovery is longer for that.
Early on into this game, Minnesota find
whatever, I don't care. Takes as long as it takes. Just get the eggs out of me. Seems like it would be painful. No, you won't feel it, and
he's got to look at kill number 6 potentially around the corner. Obviously wants to play for the regen. Help is also nearby, but just as soon as Lynn's
I don't know. I mean, it just depends on.
From inside the hard point. Also,
I mean, people have different pain tolerances. I'll let you know.
Oh, this is fantastic. You're gonna walk away with a full
I could probably be like, yeah, that shit fucking hurt, and then Kay will be like, eh, that didn't hurt at all. I don't have a great pain tolerance. Well, I don't think. I don't know.
I have a feeling like the egg retrieval is going to be just like really bad. Probably really bad period cramp. That's what I would assume.
Yeah, because I have to take medicine that'll make my eggs bigger. So yeah, I think it'll be more like period cramps, like Kay said. I do remember that.
But also, like, just in general, like, childbirth is painful, so there's gonna be some pain involved.
It can't be worse than childbirth, yeah, exactly.
I don't know, bro, I had a toothache once, and I'd rather give birth to a child.
Childbirth is different for everyone, so, which is weird.
You know, here's the other side of this map series that as much as this is not bad news for
Rocker's showing out.
Played a series in the last 6 times out that hasn't seen a 6-star hard point. So even though they're not
I don't think Optic's doing too well right now.
They are getting the rotation.
They're off to the races.
But they're already broke.
Next one up at 9-3. Just trying to hold on to this back bar position. Optic spawning close, so no block and no flip of the hill. A chance for Optic to start earning some time.
Yeah, that all falls into the hands of Kenny, who's going to continue that streak. 5 in a row. Gunless earns that cruise missile pretty early into the game, so going to use a hand this P3 HCZ potentially put your teammates into this hard point. Or contest it and not give up all this time to Optic Texas, but Kenny on 6, make it 7 in a row. You needed a spark to start, at least a potential comeback. And
but he got the cruise, so that's okay.
You got just cruise missiles all over the place here, Jay. May as well
making it rain.
3-2 Optic. You think it's 3-2? I'm thinking, I said either 3-0 or 3-1.
Prime and privy to try to give it a shell. Nope, thinks the better of it, was looking for exits, and now they'll rotate backwards over towards the statue hardpoint. We talked about it for a moment. Optic have yet to play this map with the new rotation. You don't feel like it would really slow them down too much, but this is their first go since the patch. That is important to know.
Definitely is their first to go.
Oh, nice.
I know Shotzi's definitely gonna miss that pool hill, but he still shoots like that. That's a clean 4 dead for Optic Texas. They hold on to that first wave.
Yeah, I think the process is super cool because
everyone earning streaks.
So on my end, I have to take things again to make my eggs bigger. But it's cool doing this because we get to pick the gender, we can test the eggs and everything to see if like any of the eggs or any of the embryos have like any like
genetic
genetic issues. Literally I can see if they'll have like autism or Down syndrome. It's like all this stuff you can test. So it's like, okay, that one has like Down syndrome, can't use that unless you want that. But yeah, it's like you literally get to pick the gender.
I just 1v3 clutched.
Nice.
Getting up forward and aggressive for Optic. Dashy at 6 and 9 now.
So it'll be cool.
Most of this time here at P1. Little bump out from Kenny
if
over
K and I, well not if, when K and I do that. Our first. Wait, you can pick a gender? Yeah.
Because they develop them into an embryo first. And they can see the, like they can, there's a way for them to know the gender of it.
Yeah.
Effective trade though, right there on the gun list. He now finds himself on 4, trying to make it 5. Potential another cruise missile on the cards here.
It's super cool, like to think about. And it could be possible, like say K and I decide to do that. Like my eggs can straight up just not work the first time, and like some people have to go through the process like 7 times. I'm hoping that our luck isn't like that, and we can do it just on the first one. But like, yeah, so it's like, blow up my eggs, take my eggs out. Pretty sure they inject them to the sperm, and then they go through this whole process of like all the testings and stuff. Because they could take like 20 eggs out of me, and only like 3 are good.
Yeah. And then on top of that, when we make embryos out of those 3 eggs, it could only be like 1 out of that. Yeah. So it's like it gets like lower each time. Yeah. It's like we could start off with like 20 good eggs, and then we try to see which of those get embryos, and like only 5 of those could be. It's like, yeah. Then we'd have to wait for like another cycle, like our menstrual cycles and stuff.
Before we can even start, I'm pretty sure our period cycles have to be linked up. Or something like that. It's like a whole process. And it's fucking... You can go through that whole thing and not have any of like your eggs that worked or embryos that worked, and it's $20,000. So that's why I'm hoping that it'll be good on the first round. But if not, then it just wasn't meant to be. And we're just, listening. Oh. And now we're just broke.
Hopefully I can get, hopefully with my like lactation job I want to get that, I can get an insurance plan that like covers that.
Yeah, Starbucks is a company that covers it. So some
shit, I'm about to go start working there part-time.
Yeah. That would stress me out too much, working there. Okay, sorry, listening.
Standing mid.
Look at you doing.
You one shot.
I have you. Really big. There's not time. One shot. Gunless. He's so weak.
I got Trevor. I'm holding mid. Get you. Lamar. They can get you. Guys.
I'm Aben. I have you.
Can get you.
I hear you. Wait.
I'm gonna push this.
There's two curves. Dandy and Lamar.
One's DJ.
I'm gonna double pinch your aim, bro. Take your time. We're double pinching, bro. Take your time.
How'd you hit your DJ?
Can you absolute? Went to blue.
Are you sound EQing, Pred?
Bottom blue.
Nice. I'm gonna pull straight, bro. I'm gonna pull straight. Nice shot. Lamar, blue time.
One's in you, Lens.
I kill you, Lens. Sorry.
There's two, I think.
Exactly, KOB.
DJ. Nice play, DJ.
Flank kills.
Oh,
we can flood.
Absolute shit on.
Last guy.
Yeah, he went to stage.
I know.
We're top blue.
I got naded, AJ. I'm one time.
Bottom blue shit on. Get my chase.
I got you, brother.
I just read Kobe's comment.
Yeah.
They're all gone blue.
You dead. I'm holding my you again.
Lamar.
Blue for you. The blue not peeking.
Push it.
Shit.
I'm planning.
I'm hitting around the back.
On you, stand.
I'm hitting around the back. I might fall down. They spawned on you.
On you. One shot there.
One's back blue.
Dashy's negative, but he's a hill kitten, so balances.
Liz on you. I can shoot here. Hold on. I'm shooting.
One's out of gunless. He's going blue fast.
I blew. Nice up. Listen.
Well, Optic continued to just go untraded.
But yeah, that makes sense, bro. I'm sure a lot of people did that.
Total cruise missiles were earned in this map. Minnesota still trying to fight for P2 control, but Optic again just continue.
Lens on the other side, 28 and 20.
Yeah,
29 and 20.
Cold War with all the missiles they have earned so far in this map. As Pred overlapped his. He already found himself on 6 in a row, but Optic Texas now only need 20 points. I think this is
5 more for both Shotzi and Kenny, and they'll all be in 30s. Except for Dasher, man, that's okay.
Shotzi, a little turn on.
He's out kitten, so he has another role to play.
He's trying to keep Minnesota in as best his efforts are. As another cruise gets called this time for Dashy, Optic looking to try to put the game at least closer to
Did I get the free camo pack?
No reason not to, as Pred finds himself on another 4 spree.
Where do I get that at?
Corner dealt with. Dashy gets the double. Lynn's last one standing. How much can he tally before falling? First one good, second one not gonna happen. Not really any time here for Optic to earn, but wow, they have Minnesota completely bottled on the map as they will rotate to P3 very safely.
Man, they got him trapped. They got him trapped towards the back end, so if you're Pred, let's just calm down a little bit. Let's soak up this hill time to call this game, because the rest of your teammates are finding every single kill around the middle of the map. Now the spawns at least get a little bit mixy here for Minnesota Rocker, but that's going to be a GG.
Bro, I mean, snap, bang, bang. Optic Texas.
I'm not surprised by the outcome.
Rotation of hills, we'll even call it the first 3 hard points. Minnesota came out crazy.
My voice is
we'll talk about this more later. Standy, lots of time
getting worse.
Hard point allows Lynn's to kind of do what he does best. What feels
You
like
are
the first
talking.
time in a long time we've seen
I am a yapper.
and he provides, but to simply put, Optics.
Oh, it's a private? No, I haven't been on COD.
Different cruise missiles earned throughout the map.
He's been on me.
Much advantage on rotation, and they were not losing holds. Holy cow.
She did just leave, so she's not wrong.
Texas had drawn in the cards. Like, all right, we're not going to play for the first 2 hills, but every other hill after that, we're simply going to be untradeable. We had multiple players, like you said, earned cruise missiles left and right, but they were just ahead of the game once the ending of that P2 started. Like, they were down by 70 points, but the P3 to P4 chain was unbelievable.
Yeah.
P1 second go around,
they were down by a lot.
Rocker only, what, 5 to 10 points? They were able to flip
but we all knew that that wasn't going to be the case.
Again to the P3 because you have a cruise missile.
I take back what I said. 3-0 Optic.
When you're finding that much success in the kill department, you don't even need the cruise missile because you're simply not getting traded. Minnesota Rocker are all scattered around the map, just trying to find any kill that they possibly can. Not giving any
I got emails from trying to.
Every single individual had a moment that you look at and you say,
get rid of those notifications.
Okay. This is what we came to see in Toronto.
Because it's way too sparkly.
Something that kind of had us scratching our heads of the loss of Vegas from last weekend, but here after the hot start for Minnesota and in particular the running rampantness of Lynn's gets shut down. Everyone from Optic turn up, and you can even hear throughout the listen in the focus on who's using what and when and what are we doing to Minnesota. It's not just what are we doing, but how can we make life as miserable as possible for Minnesota. That definitely seemed to be the case, and I'm sure our game flow graphic is going to show that pretty convincingly as well.
Yeah, that game flow graphic, I cannot wait to see it because Optic, they just flipped the switch at the ending of those first HPs. And if you are Minnesota
No.
Rocket, you started off high. You did everything basically.
There wasn't. I don't know what we could have done.
Earns himself an early cruise missile, but that was the only cruise missile earned the entire match.
God, sorry. There's times where I can talk, and then there's other times where I'll talk and it's spotty, and it just itches. It was kind of hard to do anything because of Grayson.
And I promise we'll stop talking about it. That may be the most cruise missiles earned in any single
the next time that I'll be with Kay, I don't know.
I'm sure my boy Turtle is already going through and saying this was the record.
I don't think she'll be coming for the 4th. But the next time I'll see her, it'll be for the cruise, and we'll definitely be filming then.
Moments and some bad moments. In particular, this qualification stage, 2 different
Probably for
one goes their
everything.
Way, one does not. On the other side, for Optic, hey, it's a map that we've seen them really try to put into the map pool pretty recently, or I guess initially when it came out, I should say. We have not seen them play it a lot recently, though, so there is a little bit of figuring out to see what this Optic search looks like on this map.
I just expect Optic, though, when you look at this kind of roster, that they play on an S&D Rio.
Kay and I have a channel,
feel fine, even with the practice they're only getting on the
we
back,
technically have 2 videos, but
because you have 2 tones,
I haven't posted anything.
Super aggressive,
just because
around the map. And then both of your
I could post a video. Let's say I post a video tomorrow, and then next week on like tomorrow Monday, and then the following Monday, so we can have a video every week. But then we won't have anything.
92%.
So I'm trying to get it where
same thing could be said for Minnesota as well.
We'll have videos
interesting statistics
where it can be like, okay,
yeah, it's been a while.
We can have like 5 videos, and then we have enough time to figure out how to film another video together.
I think just kind of overwatching,
you know what I mean?
Most of the searches they've played recently.
Oh yeah, I just got an email that says pre-purchase Black Ops 6 today.
For them. You expect maybe again that kind
I'm cramping.
I want to like go rogue style for the SMGs.
All that talk of egg retrieval.
Yeah. But it's like weird, I'm getting it into my thighs. Like my upper thighs are cramping.
What he wants to take into this round.
Yeah, that's where the pain's going to.
Wait towards B while the rest of Optic
even the other things.
Hit through bridge side, and they're going to see a wide
so you can have another YouTube channel? Yeah.
Be back, maybe.
But like I said, nothing's on it yet. And when we do post, I'll definitely promote it. Okay. They can definitely 2v.
Right, able to find one more, kind of keeps that play through U-Haul safe, but now the question is where are the rest of the Rocket members, and the answer is they're right behind you. So yeah, it's an interesting call. Optic try to get aggressive in a very different way. I don't think we've seen a break off in round 1 that looks like that in a long time, if maybe ever. But the nades from Minnesota really impacting how successful that hit could have been.
Yeah, and I think it's all the information that they gain as well over towards bridge side, because you're not expecting anyone to be that aggressive and not be working that objective.
Good boy.
When you have that map positioning, you want to start to put that bomb down, but Minnesota time it to perfection. Accuracy finds that first blood, standing with the nade over the top, and then you just trade effectively to top mid. So it looked like Minnesota were going to get caught off guard, but they were just absolutely ready for that first push. Yeah.
All right, so first convincing round here for Minnesota. Stuns, nades, all to the front side of Eskies. Lins, we've seen this before, where if he can get a connection with something, he will follow up on it, but Optic playing very passive, and while that space has been given, Minnesota gets plant off very quickly.
I don't do that.
Shotzi working on a very deep pinch.
Yeah, so we got Optic Texas 12th in retakes overall in this map versus Minnesota 10th in overall post-play scenarios. Both of these guys struggle in these situations, but Minnesota currently on top in the numbers. Great pick right there from Accuracy to find the first. Krent instantly there for the trade. Still 2v2 with 20 seconds.
Yeah, Kenny is still trying to sniff out Accuracy deep, watching that flank, and it's not going to work out. So, yeah, and that's something we saw Minnesota do a lot, I think, especially when they were playing up against Boston, is if those opening stuns and nades tag even a little bit, Lins is going to push through, try to confirm that first blood and back off.
That is true.
This time,
I do have a Patreon.
And Minnesota say, all right, we'll just go ahead and plant.
But again, I haven't posted anything on there either.
Quick decision making
so just because
Minnesota Rocket has led to this 2-0, but now
I want to make sure. I guess I could technically post on that.
I have to prepare for Optic Texas with that aggressive play up through.
It's all good.
Trophy systems to keep them alive.
It's all good.
Yeah. See how things unfold for Optic. It's going to be, all the nades over the top. Trophy system is down. Standy will get hit by a little bit of that incoming utility. Lynn's on the corner, and they know this. This is
Patreon is like another way to
last 2 times they've
help,
played it on
like
defense,
support. It's just another subscription thing.
Gets read by Optic. Predator to follow up on accuracy, but the kill for accuracy comes through before he gets
I can make
traded.
it
So now we're
like
down to
anything that I
1v1.
want
Lynn's
type of
trying to stay alive
thing.
through the smoke.
So there's like different tiers.
Lynn's little shimmy, 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 yeah, shimmy, yeah, almost with the kill on Kenny,
Nice.
but no, not gonna happen.
Oh, and Optic Texas found that first
Actually,
go around, but they
I have
probably would
another
not
tab
expect the
open.
accuracy
I
to find
can
that
show
double
you
the way that he did.
if I remember.
When you dance with Kenny, you better be ready for
I
that.
think it
beamer.
can also be
We
an
saw
app.
him not really miss a lot of shots in that map. Number one, continues it here for Optic Texas to put one on the board.
And wow, I mean, legitimately, you thought for a moment accuracy staying alive, that extra half a second gave a really good chance at Minnesota, and really, obviously, it did. It's just MCW versus Rival 9 with a couple extra shots put in early.
Okay,
So Optic get on the board
this
with
I
the
don't
clutch
think
from Kenny
I
1v1.
fully
And now Minnesota back to their offense.
finished, and I was basically just doing it so that we had stuff
Opportunity for Pred to push up. Standy was
on
low,
it.
but not
I don't know if
for
I
the kill.
share
First
this
one,
if
good for Minnesota with eyes towards A early.
Yeah, that was a heat check. Like, Brett just pushes down to their side, no help behind him.
Copy
Just
link.
gets picked off first. So Minnesota rocking down to man advantage.
I don't know what fanfix is.
Yeah, Shotzi and Dashy.
Are you able
Potentially trying to work
to
together on this retake, but now they split up. 2 on one side, Shotzi on the playmaker on the
go
opposing
to site?
Then he's going to have to make a play here because Linz is holding his ground very
Okay,
firmly right in
nice.
front of the
So it does take you there.
Dashy's nade will take him out, and the Minnesota defense of this post
Very
plant will
nice.
respond to it without any question whatsoever.
So that is the link to it, and then the memberships. There's different tiers for it.
You said mistake here, mistake there. Missed opportunity maybe.
So like I'm going to be making a different Discord,
the ideas are good, the executions are better,
and it's like not everything is fully
off here for the Rocker.
done yet.
It's gonna help when one of those SMGs players just full on send it through.
So I
top
haven't
mid,
like fully
10
launched
seconds
it,
into the round,
if that makes sense.
Gunless with only 1 HP left. Shotzi had the info. He knew
Yeah, I
that he
don't
was
know what
playing that
fanfix
corner,
is.
but the FCW recently did get a buff. And Gunless
Wait,
gets the better of
KOB,
it
what's
there.
that for?
Really clean stuff so far for Minnesota.
I'm really surprised that Rocker's doing this well.
Things would have to change for Optic, and it will be. 4-man hit already over towards A. Nade's trying to get over towards boxes with this trophy system down. Shots, he just tries to run across, but it's being double watched.
They're kind of
no
getting
worries here at all for Minnesota. They deal
slammed.
with it absolutely perfectly. A little bit of a blind counter, but Shotsy just trying to create something, gets caught off guard by how heavily stacked this Rocker defense was.
I still don't understand that play call though from Optic. Like, we know that, especially if you invest a smoke grenade over at this A site, there has to be a couple players playing around that box's area. Shotzi just think that smoke grenade is going to cover all his bases. But with Linz playing up close and personal the way that he did, him and Standy, that dynamic SMG duo.
What does the exclusive content mean? Nothing on Patreon is going to be sexual. It's basically like exclusive content. When I say that, I just mean that the content is only going to exclusively be on Patreon. So we can have like there will be videos on Patreon that won't be anywhere else. So like an extra, you know, video of whatever. It's just incentives that
if you guys are good, we'll slip a butthole in there. I'm just kidding.
They're just not expecting this rotation to come in. Standy's gonna get a freebie onto Kenny.
Now that will be on OF. Dang, 5-1. I'm pretty sure.
Perfect setup. And that's, you know, another different thing about Minnesota, looking at their post plant
Said
from
there's
the last
no
couple
new
of weeks.
Oh, okay. They're just like suggestive stuff.
Everyone is committing to
Okay.
watching a flank. Like, everyone rotates off, and then only one guy goes
Yeah,
back
no, the
towards top.
Patreon's
The
gonna be
post plant is
family
looking
friendly.
much more focused, much more concentrated, where everyone's able to help each other. That was, I think, a big miss for them in their first 2 weeks of playing in this qualifier. Was too many individuals left on their lonesome in situations 4v3s, 3v2s, where you just have to watch each other's back,
always good.
play off each other's information.
KOB,
And so far,
I don't
it has
know
been
what we're talking about
absolutely
here.
Perfect for Minnesota. 5-1 count, and now the defense gonna throw a curveball here with everyone getting aggressive right through mid.
And I don't know if Optic's gonna get ready for it.
Oh, it's so highly classified.
First blood, instantly responded
Well,
on the kill out of Liz.
it's something that Patreon users can be like, oh yeah, you know, there's a reason to help support the channel by subscribing, you know.
They're all attacking from their spawn.
Yeah, Kenny getting the first one up here, playing up top.
Dang.
Only goes 1 for 1.
2 to 2.
Not gonna be committed for the plant. Up and over.
I'm hoping that.
Does anyone from Minnesota gonna check this? Yeah, they sure do. Another 1 for 1.
Okay, nice.
Pred and Lynn's on their lonesomes, which Pred is able to catch him before the garage.
It stresses me out when they play without covert sneakers.
It does feel again.
They're just loud, stomping around like goddamn elephants.
Yeah, they only put their second round on the board. I feel like watching Optic Texas so far on this map, it hasn't really been a lot of teamwork. It's been a lot of individual players just trying to make some big time plays. Thankfully, when it turns to a 1-on-1, Pred is already setting himself up on that deep flank route. Catches the timing to keep.
And then I think it's like if you're a
But on the defensive side, they have
I get it. I get it.
Even when they try to get aggressive through top mid, they're trying to push to their spawn.
And then if you're like a VIP, then at the end of like the YouTube video, like your name, if you would like some people don't, they want more privacy, so, but your name will go at the end of the video to like thank you for subscribing and stuff.
Thinking maybe that's a fake, but now you have to re-clear all of this. The only bit of good news is you do have nades available. That one towards Lynn's should work out. At least gets him off the angle, doesn't confirm the kill, and now you have to rely on this pinch from boxes as well, which does find first blood.
Yeah, Pred finds another first blood. That's now 2 in a row for him.
Nice, that's 3 down, 1 left, and dead.
Side control, and that's going to be a perfect retake right there out of Optic. It all starts with attack usage through the backside. You back down Lynn's from that top positioning. You find that initial kill, and then everyone just sends it through boxes and through the outside of garage. Able to find all 4 kills without anyone dropping. So
I'm always
Optic Texas starting to show a little life. Yep, just got to do it again here on this attack.
First convincing round, I'd say, right? I mean,
yes.
Yeah, we'll probably film for everything.
And technically a 1v1 for Pred on Lynn's, but
when we're on the cruise.
That's the first round where we've really seen numbers get earned and held. For the
maybe.
So
depends.
A lot more of that, otherwise
sometimes we're just so in the moment we don't pull anything else.
Like if they were to ever want to try something, they still have a window here to
different types of equipment.
1-2-1 split for the defense from Minnesota.
Yeah, you have time for that.
Right back. That's a heavy gamble stack over towards A. This time, Lynn's and Standy, after hearing nades through B, though, will quickly wrap back and see if they can maybe contest this B site.
Yeah, they're trying to time those tacks again for that first blood, but this time Optic waited on out. The statue finds his first kill. He's on 3 in a row. Shots. He catches the timing on the gun list. So Optic
See, now they're playing like they actually want to not lose the map.
In the 4v2, accuracy and Lynn's hands full here.
Yeah, Shotzi coming around the backside.
That's just so easy.
Did you share your Amazon list with your mom yet?
Yeah, why?
She said you didn't share it with her yet.
I did. I literally did.
I texted her and was like, you need to let me know what you're getting Emily so I don't get the same thing.
Over towards B, that much more comfortable for the post plant.
And now Optic Texas with 3 rounds in a row.
I sent it so long ago.
That's probably why. I'll send it. Is it private?
Just have to be prepared for what Minnesota's going to throw at you at this B site.
Says it's private.
The last time they did it, it was just waiting for Optic Texas to try to send it on to them, but they might just instantly try to go for this bomb site plant.
Oh, we're going to get a little bit of a battle here. Trophies for both sides start to come through.
What, so like you can't see it?
I can see it. It says I'm a collaborator.
Wow, what a gut check call. He goes completely unchecked, undamaged, comes away with 2. Accuracy trying to fight through the smoke, not gonna happen. And just when we started to bring up the narrative that we haven't seen many convincing rounds for Optic, they give us 3 in a row, and now we've got ourselves tied up.
Yeah, that's 4. That's 4 in a row. 2 on the offense, 2 on the defense. All of a sudden, Minnesota
Optic wasn't gonna let them. Yeah, April 10th.
You're not expecting it to be in this situation, but biggest thing for them in that last round was that fact that they took down
that list.
He was on 5 in a row, no cruise miss on the back pocket, but you can see the story of the first bloods. That has been it for Optic Texas. When they find it, they usually find a lot of success on the round. So can they find another one here to close it out?
That's exactly what we're seeing to this point. What does Minnesota call here after being completely empty in the last handful? Nades getting cooked up. The defense looking to maybe put some pressure on this side patio area. The thing is, accuracy is holding deeper though, and yeah, I was gonna say he's still gonna have an angle at this push through if they decide to open themselves up to it. So Kenny will drop, and that is actually enough for the bomb to rotate back. Shotzi, who was 0-6 at one point, is the only defender here. Damage over to Lynn's, swapping back and forth between weapons. Can he get out with his life? Just barely, but Pred will drop on the pinch, and now it's a 4v2 for Rocker.
Yeah, now it's a 4v2, making it 4v1. Shotzi Let's try to clutch on up here. He's only able to take down
wow.
one, but Minnesota Rock are able to stop the bleeding. They have been relying on Search and Destroy as of recent because the respawns hasn't been treating them nicely.
Wait,
that's another 6-5 victory on Rio S&D added to the tally.
Yeah, and you know the thing about it is, like we said, the first 2 rounds for Optic were 1v1s. You know, the second one maybe not as much as the first in terms of full isolation, but Minnesota really held grip on terms of like controlling the map, getting a, you know, doing what they want. Obviously the blind counter towards Optic's push over towards A was part of that equation early to get them up 5-1. But then after 4 good responses for Optic, 3 in particular that were very convincing, Minnesota just kind of playing around with stuff, and wouldn't you know it, it's just kind of a weird off angle that accuracy is only responsible for watching for a pitch, and is able to catch Kenny just on a weird angle. Those opening nades that Optic throw defensively.
Why can't I send this list again?
That up close and personal flank, but accuracy's playing a little bit deeper in a weird spot. Catches them, and that first blood gets converted. So 6-5. That's been the case every single time Minnesota's been there, for better or for worse. And now we've got an invasion control, Jay, which is one of those maps that, again, that you just never really know how to predict, especially online.
Yeah, invasion control, we know how mixy it can be. You got to make sure you stay strong on your defensive side. Simply don't give up any seconds at A, and you stand a pretty good chance at having that defense around number 5. But if you are Minnesota Rocket,
I'm trying to hit the like the 3 dots, and it doesn't. Does that include OF? Possibly.
At that 8 point. So Minnesota Rocket, you have to be prepared for the aggression, especially out of the SG,
I see.
who tend to pull out MCWs at times.
Copy
It'll
link.
be an interesting one because you've also got Lindsay Standy firing right now, so it may just be a big old SMG battle. Who can slip through the most overall? So we'll find out. We've got map 3, invasion control, coming up. Don't go far. We continue on the backside of the break.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Scuff Gaming is doing an ultimate giveaway where you and a friend can win
you got the check-in time at 12 to
the giveaway includes 2 VIP tickets, travel expenses, and more. To enter, scan the QR code on the page.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, chat, because I think when we're on the cruise, if you guys have any ideas, let me know of what you'd want to see. Because I was thinking of, because we technically got the best room on the ship. So I think one video.
Yeah, what cruise?
I'm going, me, Kay, Robert, his girlfriend, my friend Cassie and her wife, and then my parents and Cassie, then their friends. We're all going on an Alaskan cruise in July.
Oh, there.
Yeah. I'm very excited. But I think one video is just gonna be the, like a room tour. And then probably gonna daily vlog all 5 days. So. And then I mean, I do have an idea, but I need more water because I feel like I'm about to cough and I need some, just need some goddamn water. And then the last day when we come back, we're gonna be in Seattle and go around Seattle for like the day. So, I don't know. This is going to be fun. Alright, 1-1. Yeah, I don't think we can do any shooting fireworks off the boat. You're not even allowed to fly a drone on a cruise unless you're at a port.
Welcome back. After a round 11 and nearly 5 rounds in a row for Optic, we see ourselves in a 1-1 map count heading to an invasion control. Really, there's not, looking at the overall season records, not bad or great news for really either of these two teams on this map, but hiding in between the about 500 win percentage or so that Minnesota has is a very bad track record in the last handful of them playing control generally, only winning once, and a lot of their losses, Jay, you were saying, haven't even been close.
Yeah, so they have been struggling overall in respawns. Hard points haven't been treating them well, but control
but
is
I do
even
have an
worse.
idea that Kay and I can film. It's like trying all the YouTuber food products.
10 control maps they have played. You gotta keep in mind, we have maps like we have maps like Invasion who are guaranteed at least
it's just going and
even for Karachi,
trying to get
you can win on both sides of the field on that map. Just for some reason, Minnesota Rocker
or like finding
dead last in every single category.
What food
have to try to take down
products.
Optic Texas here.
Indeed the case. So that's kind of what's in front of us. Whereas you look at Optic, yeah, the record itself for invasion control is just kind of
like,
right there in the middle of the
we'll
road.
have
but
like
honestly,
the prime stuff,
especially on the attack, have been
the Feastable bars.
That's also where
now the Mr. Beast box at Zaxby's.
Last-second offensive pushes over towards A. So will that be the case again, or can Minnesota, with maybe a little bit of a new identity, maybe a little bit of a role swap,
Joyride, which is that Ryan,
can they find open
the awkward guy?
Minnesota will immediately jump on towards B, but Chatsi's first blood will keep
Joyride is his candy.
Optic Texas being aggressive up through
Amen and back, they have that habit T, so we could do T.
So now you just gotta account for Gunless, the only player for Minnesota Rocker who successfully found a kill. He knew that he was in towards top broken. Pred unfortunately can't win that gunfight, so he's still giving his team opportunities to work this B objective.
Shotzzy pistol out, takes care of Gunless, restricts how many Rocker members are nearby. Lynn's holding his life and eventually finds himself the first kill. Little ring around the rosy, tried to go over to the MCW, but Shotzzy quicker to the punch. So kills looking decent for Optic. Map control continues to go their way.
Up. What's
and
that?
Shotzzy has become the untradeable man. He's still up top, essentially doing this all by himself until eventually the Optic defense starts to rotate. Kenny also cutting off players deep from across the Water Street side, and now Pred steps in towards the pass.
Dude, he's like right into this.
Okay.
Not able to take down one, but
ooh, that's close to me. I was about to. I was just about to dox myself.
You're so silly.
I'm so quirky.
Everything over the top.
Yeah, right over towards the cross. Pred also through dark. Leaves Gunless by himself to stop the pocket.
Thank you, KOB. Yeah, if you guys have any Call of Duty stream from Cruise, that would be sick. I don't think I would be able to do that though. I don't think they have a gaming room or
success for both these two teams on this map. Wow, that's a potent defense that, again, for the same reasons, Optic have often found great overall success when they get good defenses like this.
And this is why Minnesota Rocker have been struggling in control, because everyone's just simply not on the same page. And Optic Texas is trading efficiently over towards that B point. Doesn't allow them to get one segment. That's got to be so demoralizing. You're spawning on invasion control. You're thinking, all right, we're on an attack side first. Let's just go get B out of the way.
And
you don't get
and you're so
done. So if you're
handsome.
Optic Texas, you can do whatever you want to start off in this next round.
My
That's
boy.
one of the things, we talk about this, I think, especially a lot when we do the Challengers games, is when you set the bar at such a low margin, underneath the average, we'll say, which is often the B zone.
Yeah, I'm worried. Okay, well, I mean, I've been worried about Blue and Reckless.
Yeah,
roaming Reckless.
So that could be
because people in their comments, because she uploaded today, and someone was like,
accuracy still looking to get something going as he's had a really slow start.
This is like the first time that she took like she had a GoFundMe thing for Blue in her bio, and when you go to click on it, well, one, it's not in this one, it's not in this description anymore, and when you go and click on it, it's saying that the whatever has disabled any more donations. So I'm like, oh shit, he died. When Kay was there, I was waiting for the pull stream. Well, what sucked is like, so even though it was June, it's still like super early. So like the pool was cold. So like we were.
I mean,
like,
it felt good.
It felt good, but it was for me. It was way too cold. I only got fully in once. And Grayson was there, so it was gonna be kind of hard to like keep his privacy, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's TVs in the room. There are, but I don't know if I can bring. I don't have
like a whole other thing to
yeah.
pack.
Moment of pause here. Optic trying to work for some mid-map control.
I would need like a gaming laptop. I'm pretty sure because of the room that we got, like we have a suite. So I'm pretty sure it comes with like everything. So. Oh shit.
The life count is starting to get worrying as it drops down to 10. And for Minnesota, you just have to start working this map
the timing, Kenny.
Right now.
Yeah, you need a couple kills to do that. So if you can
but believe me, like I said earlier, I wanted to stream. I even said a day that I was like,
you're just allowing every single time
I was ready to stream, and then it came time where I had said, hey, I want to stream around this time, and Kay's like, hey, we're gonna stream, and I'm like, I don't want to stream anymore, because I just wanted to spend time with her.
Yeah, and it's also 14v4, and you've got Shotzi
So cute.
Spawn, waiting to see where you want to hit from.
Emily's such a sweet angel.
Destroyed. Accuracy loses another gunfight to Kenny, who's now on 4. Doesn't get the last bullet needed for number 5. Standing no reason not to go for this, but unfortunately, he runs another kill right
Kenny's so funny with his reactions.
Who finds himself, I believe, on the killing spree 5 in a row with lots of laughs to boot with it as Optic find themselves up convincingly.
Kenny, either yesterday or the day before, or sometime recent, just had his. Oh my god, hold on.
Doing right now. Just not putting the kills.
Kenny just had his 2-year anniversary with his girlfriend. I didn't even know he was in a relationship.
Time they had just trading efficiently. Just being so damn annoying. Every time I'm pretty sure accuracy dial spawned 6 or 7 times there. Renetti, MCW, even nades at some points. Like, Minnesota Rock just simply not having a good time so far.
Not at all.
We gotta think of TikToks that Kay and I can do that we can put on our like little family TikTok. Which was gonna be the ASMR one, but we never got around to doing that. So now it'll just be, I think,
yeah,
to coincide with the YouTube channel. Yes.
Able to find the turn on, but Kenny right behind him gets kill number 6. Cruise missile now earned. Lynn's working on the shot a bit too soon.
Oh, pass. Playing Call of Duty from the space station? That would be insane.
Has accuracy on the cross. Semtex gets thrown his direction, and that pushes him off. And with at least 2 members on, you thought that was going to be enough.
Oh, shit. Oh, pass.
Standy pushed forward. And what? Get denied. It looked like he was going to back up the stack, and they were getting the extra 60. And now all of a sudden, Minnesota are struggling coming on ice cream.
And he didn't even find any kills at that, so we're just pushing out a useless cut.
A Street is so free.
Nothing. At least a success for your team, and now the rest of Optic Texas with the reinforcements stack over towards this B point. But all right, there you go, Pred. Way to be aware. Someone is working on this A objective. As that first segment is already complete, there has to be multiple players here.
Yeah, absolutely the case, Pred. Denied. Long
range shots shit.
Good. But once more, the ticks of progress are being amounted quickly.
And they got A. Oh.
Standy going to join him now for the stack.
Now they got A. That's not great.
But the extra 60
they need to clear B off.
Player over towards the B zone.
They stress me out. Shotzi?
He's been crossed up. Pistol.
Hello?
Not going to be good enough this time. So it's just down to Kenny. The hip fire, as decent as it was, will also not work out. So Minnesota will come away with the 3rd round.
I don't understand why teams never, like, they rarely clear a tick.
So if you are Optic Texas,
like, if you know that you're like free,
complete B to guarantee yourself defense in round number 5.
Like, get on it.
You're finding all the kills around the map over towards B Street.
It's probably gonna be the same outcome, but they could have had something going there if they had more time to get to the tick. But there was literally like this much tick left.
You were forced to give that one up. And now Minnesota Rocker have given them.
And the whole team was A side, so don't tell me that they were worried.
Keep in mind though, the tick
They
progression.
knew that. 2 were on it. One was watching the cross, and one was deep.
On this next offense, but Minnesota, a great start off their break off. Optic still finding some focus over towards the A zone with Ashy getting a couple. That will lead.
Oh, get on.
Getting on the zone, Linz. First shots are in, but Pred blows them out of the water.
Oh, those are good
just working
shots.
from the backside at Gas, but the first tick is gone. Second on the way. Accuracy steps on forward, and that stops the progress on the second. So, well done. Ticks are currently even. Or almost, I should
Were those
say.
wall bangs? I don't know how they just died so fast right there.
Break off back over towards B for Optic. Gunless on 5, but he is about to be overwhelmed from both sides at once.
To the new Discord. So like, you could be a a basic YouTuber like subscriber, but only when you're on Patreon will you get like the Discord access. Is what it's supposed to be. Just so that like.
Texas, you can't afford I
haven't made that yet either.
Gonna complete this segment at B, and with Brett finding that double doodle on the map, first segment already gonna be complete. They guarantee themselves defense in round number 5.
Debating.
Now Shotzi doing Shotzi things.
Well, not really debating, but I'm just
21 and 12, 19 and 11.
Trying to think of all the categories that I would want, or if I won a lot of categories, or just stuff like that.
One of those, we can just get it done here. Who needs defense? Especially if you're Shotzi, 5 in a row, 23 and 12, and he continues to force Minnesota to spawn over towards the zone. Another new angle.
This man just sticks to walls.
As there is likely going to be the rest of B pending that, well, the kills come through. Everyone's still playing for eliminations here, though, for Optic. They're really not focused on the zones yet.
And I'm pretty sure Optic Texas have 2 cruise missiles to work with. Kenny has one in the back pocket. So this might be an opportunity to call in to simply try to keep Shotzi alive. But now with only 20 seconds remaining, you have to complete this third segment at B. They find a double.
Yeah, I was like, they can do it. I don't know why they're playing so weird.
Unless Gullis has anything to say about it, time should get extended.
Well, we'll see. Does Minnesota want to try to challenge this clock running out?
Out of this world.
Look over the top of it, but the stack gets through too quickly. So now Onus is up to Rocker. Can they hold these exits? Make lives difficult here for Optic. Shotzi up and over, and legitimately up and over gunless. Kills come through, 11 plays 9, but look how deep Minnesota can set up this defense. And yeah, this is a good time for Cruz to be called in. I don't know where Accuracy even tries to go here to stay alive through this. And the answer is he will not. So 11 plays 7, and the defense now gets pushed all the way back over towards Gas.
Didn't they say they had another cruise missile?
Because every kill is a big one. If you allow Optic Texas to win the trade fights, they're going to work that objective. You would no longer have any respawns. But another opportunity here for Pred as you slip behind enemy lines. Going to catch the freebie onto Accuracy. Another kill onto Linz. No more respawns for Rocker.
Yep. But clock becoming a bit of an issue again. 26 seconds. This is not a given here for Optic. They're likely gonna have to find a way to get on towards the zone.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that it's. And if you think of anything else I should add, like please let me know, because. Oh yeah, I know, Bo. I know that was for your previous. Why did you pay attention more to that? If you're the only one on point. Oh shit.
Kill's not gonna be there. 3 seconds on the clock. Minnesota. They're gonna hold on here.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, one of those times that the clock gets killed so quickly because, let's be candid, Optic are playing a TDM in your spawn, that the objective focus for Minnesota ends up bailing them out.
Yeah, if you think I should add anything, like let me know if you have any ideas.
Round number 5, where they're gonna be the team on the attacker side and still
I want to make it like beneficial for all of the categories.
But let anyone slip on by. Because it feels a little bit like the invasion that they played versus Boston when Shawnee was in. Remember how they just allowed him to sprint up towards that A Street for free, gets a couple seconds before they even realized the situation at hand? They were expected to walk away with a clean 3-0. Now all of a sudden we're in a round number 5. You have to ice up here if you're Optic.
I mean, the slaying differential is unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think the live streams. Forget everything I had on it.
Offensive rounds. Lynn's good first blood. Standy gets up towards DVD. This is gonna
live streams are probably going to be more like IRL live streams than gaming.
I mean, in terms of the fact that Optic
but it just depends. It probably would be gaming as well.
Minnesota's objective focus is really going to work out for them. First tick gone, second on the way, and Optic are still trying to work for mid-map control.
You have players working on the overextension, players trying to fight through the mid side, and Dashing and Pred get the better of both of those engagements. So now you can put your sole focus on this B point because you have the overextension now covered.
Yeah, that's true. It's just not only
third segment gets in, but the second segment is already complete, and now you're standing. Just gotta play your life.
Man, you're shutting
I could definitely do that. It's just that isn't just gaming. But I could definitely put that as like an option, like picking a day to game or just hang out with.
Wins the first one pretty nicely. Also sees Pred on the cross. Oh, not able to find enough of him to kill him off the map, but the rest of Minnesota out of spawn are good for it, and there should likely be a stack here. Just
I have a lot of video ideas. It's just hard because she's in Colorado and I'm here.
Accuracy trying to push with a pistol. Oh boy, if that was Kenny who found that kill, that would have been not once but likely twice that the pistol hasn't worked out for accuracy, but Optics defense.
And then we plan on at some point going to the Stanley Hotel, where The Shining was based off of, or based off of, also like, you know, written in. And
all pushing aggressively over towards A. He gonna be able to get into the play. He finds the
and doing like the Estes method.
Secure the map for Optic.
Well, clock will stop. Accuracy.
Doing our own little
tried to predict the chow from Pred.
Ghost hunting thing there.
Hold his life on the zone though, because the rest of Minnesota did have a free avenue to get over towards B, but with that
okay, moving with him, I know. Well, like I said, we're trying.
Accuracy only gets one.
And personal a little too much.
And that will be enough to get them off the zone. And Optic will win around 5 in a very, very strange invasion control.
Yeah, strange indeed, my friend, because in my mind, I'm thinking Optic should have walked away with a clean 3-0. Minnesota started to show a little life after a miracle attacking round. They held even on the defensive side with no more lives remaining in those final moments to force that round.
Well, they get it done in a very peculiar way.
Looks like. Obviously, Minnesota Rocket, they would like to extend that time. They would like to complete every single segment at B.
Pred and Shotzi in the 30s. Actually was 3 off.
Roster, because you're only allowing one person on the point. You're giving Optic a lot of opportunities when they find a couple kills around the map to still contest you there. A double stack or a triple
eventually,
stack would have been able to extend
we could do like
meetups. A little bit more time to work with over towards A.
Where
but every single time it was just one person on it, and Optic
like,
took full advantage of it. Back in
if we're all,
the lead, up to,
like I could be like, hey, you know, say I'm in Florida and we're like,
control, though, to be sure.
On this day and this time, we're gonna go to like Magic Kingdom.
They also came off of a perfect defense, not allowing a single tick to come out, but
if you want to come, let me know so that we can, you know, wait for everyone, and I'll go together, you know.
Hey, you
play and just moved to Colorado. I don't know if I can see myself living in Colorado.
It just came down to the simple fact that,
I don't know. It's just like
32 and like 19 or something like that from shots. He hit something
while my parents are still alive, I'd like to be closer to them because I have older parents. So I'd like to stay close for as long as I can. But I don't know, there's something about Colorado, I just can't see myself actually like living there. I could definitely do like temporarily, like if Kay needed me there, I would go.
Yep, absolutely. And
but
on the other front of things
yeah, but Kay's in Colorado, I know, but I'd rather her come to the East Coast. I like the East Coast.
Like they've played some pretty solid teams that are good on the map, and they essentially get beat down.
I also want to visit Texas because they have some nice, big, cheap houses.
They rotate on the map well. They don't necessarily hold as well as you'd like to see, but you can see they're always thinking from the macro focus. And I do have
that's what I be saying.
Number 1, Standy, the one with the most amount of hard point time.
Yeah, but I gotta make sure I like where I'm moving.
Trying to find kills. It felt like Linz wanted to do the
same. Oh, don't worry, I already found a house.
Responsibility onus that's come through from Minnesota. It gave him a really good look at the first set of hills on 6-star.
Let me tell you, it's in the middle of everything. Did great. I already did all the scoping out.
insanely fast Vista can play it sometimes. So you're
Except it's off the market now, so.
more than likely relying on your SMGs to be the aggressors to push out certain spawns.
I gotta be
and allow your ARs to sort of sit
in a place where they have good schools
great
for our kids.
as well. 5th overall
where it's not
3rd in hold percentage,
like it's a
2nd overall in
good.
break percentage.
Well,
so they find
I'm in between living on a lot of land.
Texas to chain hard points together like the way that they did in map number 1 to allow the score to get out of hand.
Yeah, and this is one
and living
this like a reminiscing moment looking at this stat line.
A cul-de-sac.
Back in like stage 1, we talked about Minnesota's map 1 success versus their map 4 in success.
Yeah.
Like you said though, here lately it has not been good on either.
It's only a little picky.
So there hasn't been any map
I mean,
in map 1, nor really.
You know, we're gonna have kids, so gotta think about that.
For Optic, wait, their hard point lately has been so good. It's been hard to find a flaw really anywhere. So. Definitely feels like a mismatch when it comes to the respawn in particular, but that's what we're talking about. Again, 3rd in rotation for Minnesota.
Cole has every right to be ready to leave that house.
It's all about just figuring out as we rotate, are we getting too greedy? Can we maybe play a little bit more around the hill, or are maybe we're playing a little bit too passive? Maybe we need to get a little bit more forward and zone out some of these break attempts coming against us, because wow, our hold percentage should be better.
Now you know it on a map like Vista, where if you dominate one side of the map, you can execute perfect holds every single time.
You can do it.
Texas starting not on the preferred side or gonna be a little bit late to the party as every single kill in the feed in favor of the Rocker. Same exact startup that we had in map number 1.
Yeah, and of course, right after those kills come through, you can already see the map being sectioned off by the ARs of Minnesota. Kenny trying to track down Lentz. Good help from across the map from Standy, who turns it into a double. So, yeah, really good teamwork early here from Minnesota, doing exactly what we saw in map number 1. And now, all of a sudden, getting a really good read on this little bottle position that they force out.
And I'm not pressuring K to
3 for 1 it goes.
To come here.
Last one left, and the cruise missile antics continue.
Just like she's not pressuring me to go there.
That's the same thing. It's the same exact.
Yes, I am. I'm just kidding.
6 in a row. Couple players don't fall. You find a lot of success at P1, but the only difference is Minnesota Rocker did not fall out to Texas spawn over towards that bar area.
That's why we have to
so they were able to contest that P1
get everything she needs done in the next couple of months. And once that's finished, then we can be like, that's why I said that we would revisit that conversation, because there's a certain thing that we have to keep in mind when we think about moving.
And all of a sudden, Minnesota are spawning on the wrong side of the map with kills still coming around the hard point for Optic. They're right back into the lead. They've
Dang, really,
the cruise missile, which essentially gets nothing. And now Dashies on 5, Pred on 4. Everyone just keeping on to our cruise missile battle we've got going on in hard point.
Yep, they're on a 12-team streak. Is it going to be Pred's opportunity to earn a cruise? So no, he is going to get shut down. Minnesota successful on the break, but it only leads for 10 seconds. So now you have to push around the back to try to secure these spawns. Big kill onto Shotzi. Where's he now going to spawn? And the rest of the teammates find a couple kills to the middle of the map. So it's all going to fall into the hands of Dashi. He's sitting there like, where the hell did my team go?
Yeah, he will get traded out. Good team focus for Minnesota on rotation. Shotzi, does he slip through? Waiting to hear as he hears Lynn's clacking around over on the staircase, but
damn,
Standy right there again. The SMGs, I don't know what it is or what the conversation
gun
was.
is going off.
Standy and Lynn's are playing off each other so much better than we've seen even in the last week.
Yeah, they are trying to turn the tides for this Rocker organization. And they are currently tied at 130 CDL points.
Rocker does not look bad right now.
Versus a team like Optic Texas. It's going to give you the momentum to try to continue to push on forward. But Standy now on 5 in a row. Still 13 seconds here at Old. He's going to be able to pick up a cruise missile now in his back pocket. As they are up by almost 30 points. And they're winning a lot of the gunfights for rotation as well. Brad, you just got to play your life now.
Yeah, and he does better than that. Takes care of Lynn's. Rocker now limited to just a couple of members who are still kind of staggeringly coming off of this back spawn. And you can see, yeah, it's time for the cruise missile most likely. Standy will reposition over towards the middle of the map, call it in, and now here should come the flood. Shotzi stepping forward, searching out the tablet user, and they do find Standy. So that's just going to get dropped in, and it actually hits onto accuracy. I mean, that is just, where's Waldo for Shotzi? Finds him and then turns that into a clean kill.
That is not great for Rocker.
Yeah, that's so tough. But when Shotzi finds that kill onto Standy, when you're the player in the cruise missile and you fall while you're in the cruise missile, you no longer have control of it. So an unfortunate team kill onto accuracy leads to a clean 4 dead for Optic. An early break as they start to run up the scoreboard a little bit. They walk away with this final 10. They're going to be up by 30. It's going to be a one-on-one. Dashie able to win it. And not a single player from Optic Texas have a cruise missile in their back pocket. So Minnesota Rocker fully set up at the next hill.
A slow start for Kenny and Shotzi.
Trying to force the issue here. Just steps out of P1. Finds Pred just kind of waiting. Shotzi looking to try to isolate onto accuracy. Good kills from Minnesota around the hard point, forcing Shotzi to have to go God mode, and he only will get one of what would have been 3 players in the hill. Pred over the top. He knows he's got gunless, low HP. A stun from out of left field, though, locks him up, and Standy again comes away with 2. The SMGs from Minnesota continue to keep giving themselves chances here in this hard point.
Yeah, Standy's just being the cutoff man, keeping gunless alive. Able to find 3 before falling. Now Minnesota Rocker take the lead by a little bit, and Optic Texas haven't even been close to breaking in towards this new hill. Gunless has been alive for what, almost a minute now, and he's soaking up all that time.
Yeah, Shotzi down low.
Is this just like a server diff?
The next one up. Trade for accuracy keeps Minnesota in the hard point, and then Lins.
I mean, I know that the score is close, but
that gives Minnesota a chance not just to get the scrap.
I just feel like
they're gonna have numbers that do. Great moments.
Rocker is still like somehow outplaying them.
A couple of missed chances you would think with the cruises, but so far Rocker looking solid.
They're not out.
The hills. We jump over to a Minnesota.
Not necessarily outplaying, but just outgunning them.
One more lobby, two lobby, both
This one, on this one.
Here.
Just holding lobby.
He's stunned, stun dash one.
Okay, go, lobby. I did this one.
Alright.
One just one burger. You got him
their side lobby. Their side lobby, guys. Lobby dead. Could be well. That's one. That's Dashie weak. Right side of it. One more calf. I just saw him. Stun. I needed that.
Another one calf. Help me S1. Yeah, I'm sure.
That's one. Got Kenny dead. Got 2.
Right.
They're just dying so fast.
One bullet. Low right, Shotzi, 1 bullet. Low right.
Kill him.
Literally 1 bullet, bro.
Zig. Back out. Going top.
Yo, we flip. Alright, take your time. I'm gonna wrap around left.
One top mid.
I'm gonna go all the way around.
One top mid. I'm one of a streak.
Okay.
I died.
Absolute back fucking long. Alright, hold on. I can break it time. Mark's on the gunfire.
I'm not sure.
You're probably just trying to go front here. Try to go front here while Mark goes.
Me says.
Actually, absolute top burger, guys. One is top burger, Dashie. He's top burger. Top burger. Jump down to sign. He's dead. Last guy.
Watch out.
I made it top sign. Watch out.
Trying to get your top mid. On top mid. Stay alive.
Real beat Shotzi our side. Our side time. Dead.
Kenny signed dead.
One more time. He's gonna be
top mid Dashie. One guy time.
Top mid dead. Job. I need another one up middle. Dead. Got 2. Another one up middle, maybe.
I'm holding away, okay?
He's gonna go sign. Low right shop. Low right.
They're playing through. Yo, one's P1. One's lobby. Yo, there's 2 going new. 2 going S1 and 1 low. 2 S1, 1 low.
Lobby, short.
Well, Minnesota's got the pressure on. 198, 127. We got a foot race over to do at the moment. You kind of heard it right there at the end of the list. And Minnesota not expecting the route coming out of Optic, who desperately need to hold on to this hard point.
Yeah, they desperately do, because that's what, P5, P1, P2, all in favor of Rocker. That's why they're currently up by 60.
They're dying so fast, it's crazy.
They find every single kill.
That's why I was thinking that it was like a server diff.
Everything is clicking right now for Rocker as they breach that 200-point mark. Accuracy, your turn to potentially earn himself a cruise missile, as he's the hill kitten. Big one-on-one gunfight for Shotzi. He's able to find it, and Minnesota Rocker are playing out of their mind.
They have good shots. I'm not saying that they're not shooting right, which they, you know, they deserve to get those kills. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like Optic is dying in like 2 bullets.
Optic will find a small break from the front for the scrap time, but so much searching they have to do as they try to rotate over to 4, and this is where the SMGs have been ripping apart Optic, and that continues to be the case once again. In the hill is gunless. 230 to 144. Optic at the flood from the front.
And if you're accuracy, you just call in the cruise missile so you can account for everyone on the side of Optic Texas. The game is almost over. You only need 10 points to close it out.
Sorry, started living with their grandparents when you were 10.
Trading effectively. Dashie is able to find 2, but still time in favor of Rocker. Here we go.
I mean,
that looks like it
I
should
bet it was
about that. Kenny
nice to spend time with them.
Things going here in this one like they were in map number 1, but I'll tell you, that was
Rocker was pretty dominant in that. I did not think that this would be a 3-2 issue or situation, not issue.
The entirety of the map, like legitimately. Absolutely polished look. The SMGs are flowing off each other really nicely. Gunless and accuracy are also following up with good help. It just
that's crazy.
The assists are going to be double
digits. I'm going to feed the dogs. I'll be right back.
It felt like everyone was there to help each other out. So much more than we have seen from this team in the past.
You even heard it in the listening. Standy was cutting off the middle of the map. He found a couple kills. He's saying, I'm one shot, someone watch over me. And as soon as that guy turns the corner, he drops to his teammates. So the teamwork and everything was on point right there for Rocker to find success here in this hard point versus a team like Optic Texas, who are almost undefeated on Vista. But the way that you just handled them, that was pretty easy work. Pred only puts up 3,100 damage. When do you ever see the Predator put up that many kills with that much damage? He was not having a good time, but that's due to the fact of the AR showing their prowess. The SMGs, like you said, just absolutely dominating and setting a tone. And look at that game flow. Like, it's basically the same thing we saw in map number 1, just in favor of Minnesota this time.
And wow, I guess we owe apologies to Puckett. Because he said, wait, who's casting this game? Oh, it's gonna go 5.
Oh yeah, damn it.
Sorry guys, we keep making these the Optic matches go the distance. But we're here for it because it's a Karachi search and destroy. 7-4 in total, or Optic 4-7 the opposite for Minnesota. It just comes down to, can they just ice up, find the win when it matters most? They did it versus Miami with a round 11 win when they last played it. Any chance of them also doing what Vegas did and stealing away 10 points from this Optic team, Jay?
I don't know. If Linz and Standy played the way that they do, like, they're the aggressive SMGs. That's how Optic lost to Vegas, because of Johnny and Nero. So they continue to play. It's going to be tough.
Look, our hands are clean, friend. We're just here for a good time and apparently also a long time. Map 5, Karachi Search, final map of the weekend. When we come back after this.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
The Champs Tracer Pack is available now. The bundle includes a Reaper Operator Skin, Ripper Weapon Blueprint, Death Stare Weapon Blueprint, Cuts Deep Charm, 2 calling cards, 2 emblems, and 2 weapon stickers. Use these items to both Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Warzone. Available in store now using Call of Duty points.
Welcome back as we have one more map to play, but hey, you've got a lot to tally when it comes to Call of Duty coming up in the near future. Black Ops 6, if you missed the reveal earlier today, get on YouTube, watch the trailer. It looks nasty. But
yeah, but
not only do we have
they were
campaign,
strict.
of course, but 16 new maps for the multiplayer. That is all going to be more revealed at Call of Duty Next, as it is every year. On August the 28th, the game will release October 25th, but Call of Duty Next is where you're going to get all of the look-ins to things like zombies, which I know a lot of people are excited about.
I want to take medicine now.
Possible things for Warzone.
I'll be right back.
All 9 yards. We do it all at Call of Duty Next, so make sure you mark your calendar now. August 28th. Don't want to miss it, Jay.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss it. Call out, cancel vacations, whatever you got to do. Because when a new Call of Duty comes out, you are glued to the chair and you are grinding it for a lot of hours, especially when it's made by Treyarch. But we're back into this series in a map number 5, Minnesota Rocker versus Optic Texas. Who would have thought we got all the way to this Karachi Search to Destroy? Obviously, for Optic Texas on the season, this has been a good one for them. 3rd overall in opening duel win percentage, 4th on attacking rounds, 5th on defense. And on the opposing side for Minnesota, it's tended to been a struggle. But I did recently look at the last time they played it. It was a 6-5 victory versus Miami, and it was Linz and Standy taking over. So Optic Texas have to try to shut down those guys.
And here's the other part. All those great statistics for Optic. They are 0-3 in their last plays on this map, which dates back to the Major 3 qualifiers. So there's a lot to be learned here for Optic in terms of how this map has gone. That's a good start for Pred. Can't quite turn it into a double, so trades will get us to an early 3v3. Dashy just looking for tags through the smoke, which he does find, but it's not enough to stop Standy from planting. We've got a 3v3 post plant.
Yeah, he didn't have any stuns or nades to keep him at least off of that site. Now you're forced to execute on the retake shots. He tries to at least set up the nade with a couple shots to find that kill, but Gunless finds that trade. Still a 2v2.
Yeah, but you do have the ability for Kenny to possibly hop on and start this defuse, but he's looking for accuracy in the window. 2 kills come through. Minnesota successfully hold the post plant, and here we go again. Opening round, good for Rocker.
And this has been a struggle for Optic Texas as of recent. There's 62% chance they found that opening first blood, but the conversion rate sitting at 40%.
No shot, Optic lose it, right?
Which is 9th. It's just an instant response right there.
I mean, they lost to Vegas, but
work that objective.
Vegas has been playing very well.
And just
they won against, they 3-0'd
Optic had to check so many different positions on who was watching over that site, just not the right ones.
And then people were saying server cheese for that, so
that B site, just like you said, so many different areas you can sneak away, hide away from. This time, lots of nades over the top. Trophy system's not earned here for Minnesota. They're just full sending it. Linz has also been hit by stuns, tries to sneak into the Optic smoke, not gonna work out. Pred has been seen on that crossover towards shops, but accuracy is already at least beat up. Still fights back to get this to be a more manageable situation, but in the post plant, Standy has to come up from behind and really blow up this Optic setup.
Yeah, he might have been able to slip behind enemy lines. Great shots on the Shotsy. And now Dashy, he's worked his way out of top 3 to retake through the middle side of the map, but 20 seconds left. You have to at least ISO Kenny.
Yeah, he's put himself over by Coop. Just completely an unexpected angle. Like we said, just so many different things you have to look at. And Kenny makes his presence now known. Kill onto accuracy pretty much will guarantee this post plant as Standy just has run out of time flat out. Good shots on to Kenny, gets him on to 3-0, but cannot find the same success getting away from the 4th and final.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cough in the mic, and sorry, I'm trying to.
Yeah, I feel like Standy in this situation in the 3v2, when he finds that kill on a Shotsy, even though he is put the 1 shot, you're not really in a situation where you can be the player to play slow. Like, you have to continue to set the tone. But Pred and Shotsy, they combined for that kill onto Linz, especially with 2 smoke grenades in between them. And there's just not enough time to locate where Kenny was. He was just finessing around Coop, finds that one-on-one versus accuracy. Not enough time for Standy to work that defuse. I just thought Standy, if he would have played that situation a little bit faster, probably a better chance.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. How about this? 3-man convoy for Minnesota right down the middle of the map. Linz, Standy working together. Doors open, it's Dashy inside, backs off and finds first blood onto Standy, but Linz has not been seen. So can he find a way to give Minnesota an edge over the top of the B site?
He's going to do this a little bit slower because he doesn't have that silence in his back pocket. At least not earned, but
he doesn't see him.
You just look down, you should be able to even up the numbers. He finds that freebie onto Dashy. And now if you are Optic Texas, you know the pressure's coming in towards B. Yeah, so Kenny, it's time to hit that roto.
Accuracy rotating quickly over. Pred still playing the backside staircase. He hasn't taken any shots yet. Lynn's a little bit of trouble here, but still finalizes the damage on towards Shotzzy. Accuracy, though, on the back. He's going to have a freebie here onto Pred, but now the question is, where is Kenny going off to? Shots are decent, but not good enough. Maybe a small little misstep onto that little railing.
All right, Optic responds.
Change the game just enough as Kenny's able to hit the 1v1
I think.
from the high ground.
Yeah, Kenny just has the head glitch. Accuracy doesn't.
It's either 2-1 or 2-2.
He knew that he had to recover that bomb and eventually try to work that objective.
Sorry, I had to text my mom. We're good now.
He's able to find 2 to close out the round. So, Optic Texas 2 rounds in a row. Just got to be prepared for what Minnesota are going to throw on defense. Dude, they decided to throw a different look as well on their attacking rounds because they found that early first blood over the top onto Gunless.
2-1. Okay. I was right.
Can they do it again?
Originally.
Well, let's find out. 3-1 split off here for Optic. Pred looking to head right up through Rebel. The other nades love this overhead. You can see exactly where all the utility is going. Pred just quickly through barrels, but doesn't expect Gunless to be playing just as close. Smoke is out. It doesn't fully encompass the site, though, so Shotzzy pushes out and almost doesn't finish off Gunless, but no worries there. Kills come through. 3v2. Minnesota having to work the post plant from apartments.
Sandy's going to peek. Accuracy at the same time is going to peek, so Kenny gets the info on both players. He knows that accuracy isn't going to reach out off of being one shot.
1v3.
He's gonna get the free kill onto Standing and then set up his teammate for the final. Optic Texas 3 rounds in a row now. Successful, even if they don't find that first one on trading effectively, keeping the numbers in their advantage. And just working that objective, gaining that info on where both players are trying to retake from, and shutting them both down.
Yeah, and the thing about this B offense after offense after offense, is that really the defenders have to be the ones to tally some sort of a first blood, whether it be by these opening nades, maybe you throw an extra AR and a cross, make life difficult for the attackers to even get onto the site in the first place. That's always been the battle. All year long, it's been that same question mark. As Minnesota will toss their nades, and no connections here as Optic will throw a handful and then back off. Dashy playing all the way back on top of the ladder jump. Has been seen by Accuracy. Smoke will go through. Accuracy throws a couple of shots, plus a Semtex to follow, but Lynn's very aggressive to say the least. First blood good for Optic with the post plant once again here for
very
Minnesota.
aggressive, he said.
There's no need for that. There's no need for that aggressive play to come on in, especially when your teammate is working that bomb plant. And now you allow Shotzzy on this deep pitch to find a free first. And then snap onto Gunless for the second. Optic
I took medicine.
4 rounds in a row.
K for the time
They're starting to run away with this game number 5. This is the Karachi Search and Destroy team that I was getting familiar with. They finally showing it again.
Yeah, and the Lynn's challenge.
I told Stream that I went to go do it, but I didn't have a timestamp.
But at the same rate, you also look at the reward side of that risk and say, if I get that kill into Dashy, there's no way Optic retake this because you're setting up through apartments, you've got bridge control, you only have to worry about market. But as soon as Lynn's drops, everyone else has to worry about an extra thing. And that seemed to be more than enough to kind of capitulate the entire setup. So, I don't know, grifting, I think, maybe in the conversation about it, but Lynn's decision does kind of cost them. And in that, Kenny's also on 6 for a cruise missile. So
I still wish that the CDL was like the Valorant stuff, because all of their matches are online and they have, I don't know, it's just better. I would like for them to change, but I doubt they ever will.
Gunless able to take care of him, so that's not going to connect on anyone.
Chance here for Minnesota to stay alive through this. Wall bangs, decent for Kenny, but no kill. Dashy, how is this timing going to work out? Good for the first, not the second. Didn't expect that Gunless would still be positioned down low here. So now it is just on to Kenny. Bomb collected, 1v2. Slips underneath Accuracy. Does he get up the ladder as well? No, Gunless watches just the nick of time to save his back. And Minnesota take care of the cruise missile and get themselves another round on the board.
Yeah, that's all in the back of Gunless, who finds 3. He knew that the pressure was going to be over towards that B site, especially when that cruise missile gets turned to simply allow Optic Texas to work that objective. But he did not give up on his angle. He finds that kill onto Shotzzy, bomb carrier taken care of. The trade through bottom fountain, and then even had to find one to keep Accuracy alive. Stops the bleeding for Minnesota Rocker, and that's such a big round because now you don't have to worry about the cruise missile going forward.
The question will be, I was gonna say, with so many offenses going B all
Kenny's
the time,
doing really well.
here,
I don't know if I said that out loud or in my head.
Do you try something different? There's not a lot of
Sorry, I said it again.
value. You would think in certain regards trying to throw a curveball here, but Linz is still gonna try to send it. Gets up top and around. Deals with Kenny, if only just barely. Trade is good by Dashy. And Optics control at mid-map has been solid. Yep, they will out-trade Minnesota, leaving Gunless by himself.
Now Gunless left in a 1v2. Another opportunity for Big P to keep him into this
Gunless can definitely 1v2, but will he?
He does not have covert sneakers, so sound cues will be loud. Shotzzy is just way too far to even get a couple. So this bomb is going to go down at A for free, and Texas are going to have about 10 seconds before they even get back over towards A.
Frag to play with for Gunless, but likely this is just going to be about clearing your lines of sight and hoping someone comes in maybe a bit isolated to isolate the corner, find one, get away, reset. Shotzzy playing through bottom red. Dashy up top. Gunless has not seen that. Nade cooked up. Bouncing it off the back wall. Not going to connect, so no hit markers here. Shotzzy pushing out. Up close and personal. Using the advantages of the rival 9. No worries whatsoever. The frag gives away Gunless's position.
One round left if they can do
that's
it.
Enough for Optic to find the kill and get their 5th round up.
Yeah, that's now Optic Texas at game point. Shotzzy invests a smoke grenade to...
Last night was finally a good night to sleep.
MCW up close and
I
personal.
didn't like wake up during the night to like cough or anything. Night prior I did.
2 rounds now where Minnesota Rock
night prior was fucking
They're
awful.
just trying to get aggressive up through mid, but Optic Texas, they are no fools. They know exactly what's going on. They are trading effectively, at least setting up players to trade.
What's annoying though, as soon as I wake up, I'm just coughing.
Yeah, really have been. And it's one of those things that we've seen Minnesota try before with Standy and Linz, like double hitting through rubble, trying to get over towards that bottom apartments fountain area. But Optic have read it every single time, legitimately. Or at least dealt with it, I should say. So, advantages there. Smoke out for Shotzzy. Different angle here. Aggressive cross being watched by Linz. Hasn't taken any shots yet. There's the cross by Shotzzy. First one is good. Bomb not in yet, but Gunless watches the cross, and it's only Dashy to tally a trade.
Man, that's beautiful trigger discipline right there out of Linz. Because he was able to spot Shotzzy early on when he's throwing those shoulders through the smoke. But fully waits for him to walk on out to get that kill. Now it leads to Dashy in a 1v3. Linz does not reposition himself, but
those
it
are
does
good
not
shots
matter.
too.
Too many players from Minnesota Rock are still alive. As they stay alive now in this game number 5. Down 5-3. Successful on the defense, but the only success that they had on their attacking round is when they planted at B with the numbers.
He literally got hit markers through that fucking rubble.
And that's the thing is, it's not just the fact that they've successfully planted at B just the one time. Think about how they've tried to open up the B side.
If he didn't get those, he would be dead.
Across the apartment railing 2 different times they've tried to play through mid. None of those worked.
Because that was some bullshit.
Do you just throw away the cuteness and try to play this one a little bit more level-headedly?
Throw away the
cuteness. Doesn't look like it. Not off of how they're breaking off at the moment. Dashy's got an early trophy down. Nades on the cross. This time, Minnesota not going to push over towards this front apartment building. Instead, they're going to cut back across through barrels. And Dashy, who hasn't seen anything, will now double-check the cross. Stun will come through. It does not tag anything, though. And there may be an opportunity here for Standy to commit for this plant.
This has got to be a good nade. Oh, didn't even get a hit marker.
Now you got a post plant up if you're Minnesota 3v4.
Shotzzy's able to at least find one. Now Smoke Grenade gets invested to try to keep Linz alive. Accuracy responding with a double 2v2.
Corner, Standy with the rival. Finds the elimination. Just down to Shotzzy. 1v2 situation. Wants to isolate onto Standy. Finds that cleanly. Now it's down to can he find the Iceman. 1v1 with accuracy. Who is repositioned. Bridge. Shotzzy not expecting it. We didn't see it from accuracy's perspective, but trust me,
one round they needed,
the 2 kills he finds
it's going to be on the 3rd round.
Imagine that was an impressive transfer or snap to get both as quickly as he did.
He's living up to the name. Accuracy. Showing the accuracy with that MCW, is able to find 3. So Minnesota Rocker now, just like we saw in that map number 2, where Optic chained a couple rounds together to force this round 11. They were down 5-2, 2 back-to-back. Now at 5-4 going into round 10. They are starting to gain momentum because they have figured out how to contest Optic over at that B site.
Yep, absolutely. And it just comes by just playing it straight up. Not trying to play through the apartment complex. Accuracy on 4 in a row as well. Keep that in the back of your mind. Has not seen the top of Kenny. Stun will land. Lynn's aggressive through top third, saying, I haven't seen any nades, guys. I'm going to go ahead and make a play. And boy, did he ever. Optic are now a bit stuck over towards this red building trying to recover this 3v4.
And now you don't have to do anything else if you
they
are
just don't even know that A is so free.
Finding that first blood. And Standy, we know his headset is usually cranked. Should be able to get some sort of info. That Optic are applying pressure over towards A. At least is able to be there for the
trades after trade.
Instantly responds. Still a 2v2.
Lynn's and Gunless trying to work their way still over towards this A site.
Oh, shit.
Out, tried to get too far forward. That's a freebie. So now it's just down to Shotzzy for the 1v2. Has a smoke, has a nade. And he's going to go the long way around. And this timing may work out. He's seen Lynn's. But look at Minnesota. They're
Is that Soundy Q?
Expecting the wrap. They find the kill. And now we've got around 11 map 5. And you got to keep in mind, Minnesota really need these 10 points.
Oh yeah, they do.
That might have been Soundy Q cheese.
Right now at 130. But you bring it all the way back for being down 5-2.
Or I think that might be what Shotzzy does. So I think I've seen that. I'm pretty sure Shotzzy might do that every time. So that might have just been readable, to be fair.
And Lynn's, I'm pretty sure once he jumps into top red, just off the corner of his eye,
pretty sure that's Shotzi's move.
So here we go, one round away for all the marbles.
Oh man. And it's not just Minnesota fans that are hinging on this. All of the other fans of teams that are sitting at that 130, 140 mark start to sweat a little bit. Lynn's quick up the ladder. He's done this before. He finds first blood versus Kenny. 4v3 situation. The defense for Optic are not in a bad spot around B, but they're going to be stretched here, and accuracy punishes 4v2.
Oh, but Pred is in a
position not looking good for Optic.
Be the savior at this B bomb. He loves to play this angle. I don't know if they gain the info, nades, everything getting thrown
they're
at him.
collapsing on him.
Swarmed. He's gonna fall. Lynn's finds one across the map, and the Minnesota Rocker. They get it done in 5, all the way in around 11. They desperately needed those points, and that's no better way to get it. Them versus the team who just took our last major. Unbelievable performance out of Rocker.
Well, geez.
Absolutely.
Now my mom's calling. Hold on.
Absolutely unreal. And the thing about it, say what you will, you've got a top 3 opponent, your major 3 champions, and the teams that need to prove to us that they can hang, that they deserve a spot at playoffs. Vegas, best we've ever seen them when they played against Optic last week. That continued into this weekend. This is by far the best Minnesota has looked all damn year long. The map 1, sure it got out of hand at one point in time, but the first rotation looked good for Minnesota. The control, they were outslaved by a gazillion and still nearly pulled off a map 3 win. And then they blow them out in the Vista hard point. They fight back down the 5-3 curse to get a round 11 win. Rocker fans reveling in a huge 10 points and against, again, a team that you just don't expect on your schedule to find 10 points against.
And Green Wall fans are getting ready to tweet at us on the Twitter to let us know that we are the bad luck for the Green Wall. But Minnesota Rocket just keeping things spicy as we close out these qualifiers, man. This is insane. The race for champs is on between every single team.
Bucket, our apology is in the mail.
Sorry, guys. All right.
Love you guys. Thank you for another Game 5 study. And of course, Shift, and congratulations to Minnesota, because all that time was worth it. They walk away with the 10 points. They now are right with the rest of the pack, and this is going to be a chaotic final 2 weeks of qualifiers.
I mean, what's funny about the series is I remember looking at it and expecting to see Optic Texas maybe test their map pool a little bit, and the only place where they were kind of testing it was in the Game 5 Karachi. Karachi has not been good for them across all 3 game modes, so seeing that Search and Destroy, I was like, I doubt we get there, but you know, that's something that they're working on. And it was all in their favor. It was a 5-2 lead, and Minnesota Rocker and Lynn. First blood after first blood, 2 pieces after 2 pieces from LeVar. This was an insane comeback.
Nameless, who do you give credit to? Who gets the MVP trophy at the end of tonight for Minnesota? You know these guys got to go celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote down well-rounded team effort. Everybody played so good, man. Being able to bounce back. Like, Lynn's obviously gets a ton of first bloods. They make some massive adjustments, you know. On a lot of their offensive rounds, he was like hitting B Street, dying at times, getting blooded. He switches it up and he starts going through mid and taking space. And he knows he's going to get in the gunfight. Just will I win it? Well, he's confident and his teammates trust him to do so, and they play off of that information. And then you rewind, you go to the game for Vista, which they won by over 100 points. Mind you, Minnesota 2-4 on that map, going up against Optic Texas, one of the strongest Vista HP teams. Standy puts on a show, man. When they need him to perform, he's popping 3 pieces on P3, getting them control. The big dog, he had the guns out today.
38s were flaring, and we saw them walk away with the 10 points and, of course, our scuff play of the game. Alley Cat, though, can we talk about Minnesota's ice? Because that was the big difference between teams like Minnesota and Boston. Minnesota able to get it done in 2 round 11s, despite almost throwing their game 2. They then pulled the reverse in a game 5.
I mean, you forget, technically they have the Iceman inaccuracy on this team, and in the later half of the rounds in that game number 5, it was Lamar finding those 2 pieces, finding those double kills. He never only had 1. He was always finding the second and maybe even sometimes the third by the end of the round, clutching up for Minnesota Rocker.
It's time for your scuff play of the game as we celebrate another upset here in a wild week 2 of qualifiers. It's the one and only Standy. He's bounced around to a few different starting lineups, but Nameless, you said it. The man was going off. 28 and 16 in this game.
Dude, he was frying. And when they got a lot of, their points, it was rotation P3 and then into music. And it was him making huge plays with the SMG, like playing the angles, taking his fights well, taking his time, waiting for his teammates' assistance. Like, Standy was very much involved. Like, you could tell their backs against the wall. They really want to make it into champs. And with this win, it puts them in a very good spot.
Optic going up against Minnesota today. You have to wonder, was Optic going to bring that same level of intensity that Minnesota did? I think that's going to be the difference maker. These teams who need the points, that are digging deeper, are going to walk away with the dubs, as we have just 2 weeks of qualifiers left before our Major 4. We got to recap everything, though, Allie. You excited for that? We're also hopefully going to get our player interview set up. We got 455 points for Atlanta FaZe. They're out front. Toronto, they jump up over 410. And now we see Minnesota Rocker passing the Royal Ravens, passing Vegas, and, of course, leading over LAG. They are now in 8th place once again, just 5 behind 7th.
Just an insane situation for all the teams in the bubble right now, because just when you think that there's maybe a top half and a bottom half to it, matches like this happen where Minnesota Rocker beat Optic Texas or Vegas Legion even get a win. So there's still a lot of movement to be had when it comes to that top 8.
Tonight, Minnesota had the ice, and there's no better way to celebrate than with the Iceman himself. Accuracy joins us live in our Monster Winner Spotlight. And Accuracy, I'm so used at the end of a match of not seeing your face. You tilt the camera straight down. Tonight, it's all smiles. How we feeling?
Yeah, man, get that camera out of my face when I lose, you know what I'm saying? I know you guys love the entertainment, but I can't give it to y'all.
I appreciate you.
No, that is so fair. Accuracy, you guys unfortunately got handed losses by Seattle and Miami, and now you go on to beat our major winners in Optic Texas, and it was through the search and destroys, it was through the ice. I need to ask, what is it going to take for Minnesota Rocker to get consistent? Because we get these moments from you guys where it looks like you're on the same page and then obviously have matches like previous.
Yeah, I mean, even in the previous match, like first map versus Miami, we're slamming them, and then we just break down straight away from the GP and, see the results where we lose. And then the maps where we actually stick to the plan, we can be a great team. So for us, it's just finding that consistency in the decision-making to continue sticking to the plan.
Yo, Lamar, I feel like there hasn't been a single game mode that you guys have felt extremely comfortable in, that you go in and you just lock up, right? A foundation to build on. It feels like Search and Destroy is becoming that game mode for you guys. What changes have you guys made in S&D specifically?
Just playing loose, man. Go down swinging. It's the end of the season. If you're scared to make a play, you're not going to win. So you got to play to win and take those risks.
Seems like Lens is doing that.
Yeah, leadership coming out of Accuracy. This man's been around the block, and let's talk about that Accuracy. What would it mean to you to play for another Call of Duty championship title?
I mean, it would mean the world. I don't think I've ever missed it any season I've ever played. So I want to make sure I'm there, and being on that stage, there's no feeling like it.
Final question, what is it going to take to get there?
Keep winning, get some dubs like this, and keep winning, keep sticking to the plan.
All right, my guy, thank you for joining us live. We'll let you go celebrate with the team. Congrats on 2 round 11 dubs.
Thank you, guys.
That is Accuracy, that's Minnesota Rocker, and that is the end of tonight's script. But if you missed chapter 1, 2, well, we've got it for you. Alley Cat, take us all the way back to the first fight of the night featuring Atlanta FaZe.
It was what we were maybe hoping to be another insane upset of LAG versus Atlanta FaZe, but it is our #1 seed of old, handling the work per usual. Just another day in the office for the boys in red.
Were you nervous at all throughout this name, Wiz? Because you put your hair on the line, kinda.
I knew I was gonna get roasted if they were to Saturday, able to come out and get that upset. But I got a little nervous in that map one. It was a 3-point victory. Atlanta Face finally won a sub base, but I knew Christopher Lear had my back when we get to that 6-star search and destroy. Some massive clutches that they had. Their post-plant situations were much better. And then you get into the high rise. This was a master class. Celium was a man on a mission today. They look so much better.
LAG always struggling online. They're running out of opportunities, and they will have to look forward to Major 4 in a strong performance if they're going to lock in their spot in champ safely. Miami in a much better position, though. After winning 2 matches earlier in the weekend, they draw their toughest opponent in Toronto Ultra, and it's Ultra showing that skill in a Game 4 victory.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Miami Heretics, this was a very expected result, unlike what our last match of the day was. But I will say, to Miami's kind of defense, they had a really slow start in that map number 1. They bring it back to only about a 50-point game after being down over 100. They're able to win that Karachi search and destroy in a very convincing fashion and push to a round 5 in the control. So still a contender, still somebody to look out for, possibly an underdog heading into Burbank. But the woes continue following them, that they just can't contend with the top 4 teams just yet.
I just haven't seen a fall flat performance from this new Miami team, which is what I really like. They're always in it, in the maps and in the series, right? And their strengths are truly strengths. They came into this one, dominated them in the search and destroy, and the control looked much improved. So throughout today's match, I really thought I saw improvement from Miami.
Metal's looking like one of the better players in the CDL here in week 2 of the qualifiers. And if you're looking at the numbers, Atlanta, the only team unbeaten. They sit atop at 3-0. You got Surge done with 4 matches. They already have 30 points, and Ultra and Crew right behind them. As we take a look at the teams on the right, I'm shocked to see the Subliners there at 2-2. And Optic Texas has a losing record after winning Major 3, Allie.
I mean, that is crazy. I mean, sometimes that happens after you win a major, you come back to qualifier and you have a little bit of a slow start, but
I mean, who do they have left, right? They still got to play New York. You're looking at Optic's schedule. Like, they have some tougher games, so it could get a bit interesting.
We've already played 21 matches, and we have more coming your way next week. As we have another 11 match. It's a 3-day Friday with Minnesota putting their 2-2 record on the line against the Subliners. Optic faces Carolina, who's 1-3 with just 3 matches left. And then, of course, we get to that Saturday and Sunday. Allie, all those matches.
We're gonna be 2 and 3. 2 and after next Sunday. We're gonna lose the Ultra and we're gonna lose the FaZe.
Reaching Atlanta FaZe. You guys kidding me? I cannot wait for that match. It's gonna be an absolute banger. Boston wins.
This guy thinks he's hilarious.
And of course, if you were sleeping earlier today, you may have missed the news as we had the Xbox Showcase featuring Black Ops 6. We have the brand new title coming our way October 25th, and I'm told we're getting even more news at COD Next in August 28th for that one. Make sure you lock in and get all of the news. Alleycat, you excited for some corner clipping here?
I'm so excited.
All right, no hiding from Alleycat. She's going to take you down nameless. Are you going back to becoming a pro next year?
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, I could do it. I could do it.
We'll see you next Friday. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be live with
Why is Boston even playing? Were you watching, the other day, what was it, yesterday that they played? Methods basically was like, just throw away the whole team. Methods was not happy. But anyways, I'll probably go live either today on Twitch or like tomorrow. But I'm gonna go make some dinner. And yeah, thanks for watching. I know we talked about a lot, so if you're watching this and it wasn't live, I'm sorry we were off topic for a lot of the shit. I'm so sorry. If you want to watch, first off, why are you watching my stream? Second off, go watch Scump. You can get giveaways on that shit. Why are you watching me? Anywho, just sell a team? Yeah, probably. It's like they have good players. I think it's the coaches. I don't know. Something's not working, but the players, like, you have Priesta, who came from a championship team. Beans is good. Snoopy is good. The Maniac guy just joined, but he seemed like he was decent. So it's like, it's not like they have shit players. So, I don't know. But, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go eat now. And, I don't know. Okay, goodbye.